Guess what, everybody? It's Collider Live. Guess what, everybody? It's that show. This is the show where shit like this happens.
Yeah.
And we don't have Kristian Harloff and we don't have Josh Macuga, but we got Roxy Striar and we got Mark Reilly, and welcome to Collider Live for a Tuesday.
Spoiler alert, I poisoned them. I pissed in their soup.
Did you poison them?
I don't know if piss is poison. No, they'd probably be okay. I actually have a friend who drank his piss for like 10 years. Not
Okay,
cool.
so we're going to start there. What?
Yeah, I know. It was so strange when I found out.
Why would they do this?
Health purposes, apparently.
What?
There's like a whole group of people who drink their own piss.
Who? No. Okay, so real quick. Kristian's going to walk in. Josh is going to walk in. There was an accident on Barham. I should have warned everybody. And it's gnarled in Los Angeles traffic right now. So this is why you get myself and Roxy and Alex and Kristian in the booth.
Hey guys.
So don't you worry.
We were on time.
Yep, of course you were. Of course you
right.
were. This is the first day, Roxy, and then we're going to get back to people drinking their piss. Mm-hmm. This is the first day that it took me an hour and about 20 minutes to get to work when it usually takes me 20.
Yeah, it took me a long time too.
I couldn't believe it.
Not gonna lie though, we were both still here on time.
But we were still here on time.
Throwing shade because I know they'll never listen to the top of the show.
Boom! We're going to talk about upcoming Marvel movies in a little bit, right around the 11 o'clock hour. We're in the news and or nonsense section. And so, to that nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
why?
you want me to explain?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Kristian and Alex, have you guys never heard of people drinking their own piss?
Drinking their own?
Yeah.
No.
My
Okay.
brother peed in my mouth one time when he was a baby.
Whoa.
That was it.
When-
He was
Well.
sterile and I liked the taste.
Oh. Hey, he's here. We were riffing without you.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, the door's
Oh my
The door
god,
sucked.
it
That
really
scared,
felt scary.
the
yeah.
shit out of me.
Nice, good. I was hoping I was going to tell Reilly, wait a minute, because I'm almost there. Don't go live yet.
We're still missing Josh.
Cool.
Yeah, we're so,
How long have we been live?
we've been live for exactly 2
2
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, good. So
Since-
good to see everybody.
since the
Good
top
to
of the
see you. How
hour.
are you?
It's one of those days.
Fucking A, it is.
But we're trying to make it work. And I got to say, right off the top, props to Reilly, props to Thad and the crew. So we're going to New York.
Can I get props? I just want them.
Not for this.
Oh, okay.
So Friday we're going to New York, and we're doing pre-tapes. We want to make sure you guys get your shows, and we're doing a pre-tape for Jedi Council. We're supposed to do it tomorrow, and we're supposed to do a pre-tape for Collider Live for Thursday's show.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, but things just happen with my stupid schedule, and Thad and Reilly, they were really great. We're pre-taping everything today. So I think our pre-tape for Collider Live is what time?
Where
to figure
are
that
we?
out.
Where are we?
1:30.
1:30. Thank you.
Thank you. So 1:30 is our pre-tape today, and thanks to Kristian and the guys too, because they have to move their schedule around to make it work. So 1:30, we're going to be doing the show. We'll be doing the same thing that Roxy and everybody did yesterday for the
Yep.
pre-tape. We'll open the phone lines. You guys can call in. We're going to do like a full hour and a half show of just your phone calls. So
Yep.
we'll tweet it out and stuff so you guys can call in. But anyway, I heard what?
You got to hear the story. She
Okay.
has she has friends that drink their piss.
I have
Every day.
A friend who for like a decade drank his piss every day.
I knew a guy who ate one turd, but it was a dog turd. But it was,
A dare?
yeah, for a bottle of whiskey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God,
Not
let's
worth it.
let's
What kind of whiskey
lean
was
into
that?
this because
Yeah.
it's that kind
My
of day.
scotch or something at least, or no?
It was a big bottle. It might have even been rum. It was a big bottle,
That's so much
and
worse.
and it was like it was, and so it was my dog, my pug. It was like a little turd, and I said, "You're not gonna eat that." He's like, "I'll do it for a big bottle of rum." And
He did.
I said, "There's no way."
You could
He did
die.
it. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
He didn't know because he was.
You would have felt really bad.
It's one of those things. Of course, I would have, but it's one of those things where he had just done all of this stuff that.
That wasn't going to be the thing that got him. No way.
No, I saw this guy, and you get ready. You're going to throw up on this one. I saw this guy take a scoop of another person's throw up and eat it.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's so much worse.
I know.
I don't know why it's so much worse, but it is.
yeah. It's the smell alone. And yeah, there's so much. He was the original Jackass before Jackass was Jackass.
that literally made me nauseous.
Yeah, that made me feel sick.
Imagine
That made
watching
me-
it
For
live.
some reason,
I-
there's something about the poop one that's disgusting, but it feels like one turd is a solid thing. There's something about throw up.
Oh, it's a
the
mess.
liquid.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
It's like seeping through your fingers. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's a way to wake up in the morning, right? Hello, everybody. So this guy drinks his piss.
Yeah, he is really, one of those guys who's one with the earth. and he
Oh.
is always looking into what are the best, most beneficial health benefits, and he tries all these crazy things. But one of the things I found out he was doing because I went over to his place and we were shooting something. He's a very talented artist. He's a musician and like just
Interesting breath, I must say.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's actually fine. He's a weird kid though, like
Really?
Yeah, but like you would know that from the second you met him. It's not like you discover that. He's always been weird. I've known him since I was 2, and I went over there and he was like, just grab yourself something from the fridge. I opened the fridge. He was like, just don't take the whatever bottle. And I was like, why? And he was like, because that's my piss. He pees and he puts it in the fridge.
What one does. Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to use any of your cups though now.
Right.
Because
No.
you
It's piss
pissed
cups.
on them. He's like, I washed them. I was like, that
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't make a
At one
difference to me.
point, the occupant of this cup was piss.
Yeah, and
It's like,
something about that.
Doesn't matter how good now my wife calls me. Let me tell you something.
Okay, what happened?
Now she's calling me.
About
Yeah.
the piss cup?
I'm going to take this call.
Yeah, you should.
I am. I'm going to tell her this. You're on the air right now, so I just wanted to open up here and say.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I try to call my wife maybe 80 times on the way to it takes me almost an hour to get to this place, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm in traffic and I call my wife. How many missed calls did you have? 7.
But wait, isn't she busy doing something?
It's she no, not that. No, that's not today. That's one of the reasons why I needed to call her because I need to rearrange some stuff. But she didn't pick up the phone.
Tell them what the urgent rearranging is.
The what?
What's the appointment?
What are you talking about?
The appointment that you're trying to rearrange.
Oh, my haircut.
Yeah, that's super urgent.
You called her 7 times to rearrange your haircut?
No, it's not the only reason why.
Blow me, Kristian. Come on.
It's not the only reason why. No, but I'll call you later. It's not. So what it is that she's got this appointment that is happening on Monday and Wednesdays that I told you about.
Right.
And I had
That's
to maneuver.
not a haircut. We'll just leave
It's
it at
not
that.
a haircut.
Yeah.
I had to maneuver something today. My haircut was supposed to be today, right? So because of all the pre-tapes and everything too, obviously the priority is to get the pre-tapes done and not my haircut. But the woman who does it says I am available at 5:30 tomorrow. Can you? I said, well, I don't want to book this again and cancel on you again. Let me see if my wife's available for these other things I have to do. So I'm making all these phone calls to her to make all these, the haircut being one of those
One of
things.
the changes.
And now I got a call at 10:05 on the air.
What do you think's going to happen? Can she rearrange so you can get your hair done?
At this point, I'm gonna have to.
Do you have a barber?
She's not a barber. She's a
hairdresser.
actually
Hairstylist.
My wife worked with her at the salon that she worked at. I guess it was 9 years ago.
Did your wife do hair?
She was a makeup artist.
Oh.
And for nine for
I feel like maybe I knew that.
maybe she's been retired for like the last 2 years, but 9 years ago.
9?
Yes, 9 years ago was
Might
when
have been 8.
I don't think so.
Oh.
It was
8th.
no, it wasn't the 8th. It wasn't the 8th year because it wasn't the 8th year.
Could have been that.
It was anyway 9 years. I've been seeing this woman. She's great, and so I just wanted to make sure before we go to New York, I don't want to have the wings. These wings coming out.
Oh,
don't
yeah,
like
I
it.
get those.
Yeah, I don't like these wings. You get more than that.
I get.
You get a
You've
Chia
seen
Pet.
it. I get Chia Pet.
Yeah.
I get Wolverine. I get.
Yeah, I still want to do that bet.
Yeah,
Where's
we're
this
gonna
guy?
have to-
What's he doing?
Same thing as you, I guess.
There has never
Traffic.
been more traffic
It's a lot
I've
of
seen.
traffic.
They've closed like Hollywood Bowl to like Barham.
Oh, yeah,
so
that hurts him, yeah.
and that's our route. And
Yeah.
then there's an accident at the end of Barham where a car actually flipped. And thank God they're okay though. They're on the side of the road.
Good.
Yeah. Speaking of getting your hair done, I am nervous now because I was supposed to go get my hair done.
For New York.
Not until after because I didn't know I was going for so long that I booked it.
Yeah.
After that, but I get it done at the Topanga Mall, and there was just that shooting there.
Oh, is that where it was? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, but they say like lightning doesn't usually strike in the same place twice, but something about it is still kind of freaking me out.
Anytime, yeah, of course. Any place in general, even at the premiere last night, where it's probably the safest type of screening. I
Well,
was
you know
still
my
looking
thing with the
around.
movie theaters.
Yeah.
What flips me out about the screenings that we go to is that there's always somebody standing there,
Right.
which should make me feel better. But I see these shadowy figures, and I keep
you
looking
gotta-
over.
I did, but to the lighter side of things. Well, I guess not lighter because it was It Chapter 2. But I
But
saw
you know we
it
can't
last
talk
night.
about it.
I know.
Okay.
But I saw it last night. I can talk about the party afterwards.
The picture that you posted with Ellis.
This morning was amazing. But that's just a part of it.
So you got into the party. That's cool.
Yeah. So they don't like you.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
they don't like
No.
you.
What, you went to the screening?
No, I didn't go to It Chapter 2. I went to Annabelle Comes
they-
Home, and that was the whole thing where I'm like, oh, cool, party, and we
But
walked
I think it was
towards, and they
because
went, no.
remember that wasn't just you. That was all the press.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think that they learned from their mistake because everybody was there last night.
Really?
Everybody who was
Okay.
invited.
So
yeah.
you,
I'm glad
that
they
does
learned
happen
through
sometimes.
us.
They don't give you party tickets. That sucks.
Sometimes, but you should have seen the last time him and a bunch of other press were like, we can just go to a screening. Why are we going to this?
Right.
premiere?
Yeah.
It's like the hobnobbing with the celebrities isn't really. But did sit in the same row as Bill Hader, which was cool. So, but the movie itself, I can't talk about the actual.
You could give your social reaction.
When can we talk
Now,
about
who's
this
this?
movie?
September 3rd.
Who's this?
September
September
3rd.
3rd.
Thanks, Christian.
Should I call my,
It's a
Should I
Tuesday.
put my childhood friend on the air?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will put him on the air. Hey, James, you're on the air live right now, just to let you know.
Are you for real?
Yeah, for real. So
Yeah, hi, James.
Hi, James.
What's up?
so I said because I'm getting phone calls from both you and my wife, and I took both of the calls, and I figured
It's
I'd
that
say-
type
Andy-
of show today.
It
Andy
is.
showed
It
up
really
late
is.
for the show.
I did
James.
show up.
Yeah.
The show went live. What's
I'm
that?
calling from my dentist's office, so there's a lot of stuff going on.
Good. I showed up. The show starts at 10 o'clock. We like to prep the show, so I started at, of course, 10:02 while the show was on the air. I jump into the room. So listen, what's the best pizza place in Bayside in Queens?
Oh man.
Don't say stupid things. Say the right one.
All right, it's VIP.
That's right, VIP Pizza. So I'm gonna be. Are you working? Are you working on Friday?
Saturday.
Friday.
No, I'm off.
Thank you. So you're working on Friday. My co-host is correcting me when I
Well, because
said
you did that post yesterday on Facebook.
I did fuck that up
Yeah.
yesterday. You're right. But today, Friday. So would you? Are you around on Friday? You want to? Because I'm gonna be around. So I want to see if you were gonna be around there too. Friday we'll do some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I should be around. What? You're coming in Thursday night or Friday morning?
Being there Thursday, but Friday. If you guys don't know, by the way, about VI Pizza, and you live in the New York area, even if you live 15 minutes away, go to VI Pizza and get the Sicilian slice. And Barstool Pizza did something on them, by the way, and they didn't get a Sicilian slice. It's like it's like going into McDonald's and ordering, I don't know, just a salad and walking away.
They have
Yeah,
pretty
that's a
decent
big
grilled
no-no.
chicken.
Big
I mean,
no-no.
If you're gonna go to VIP, you need to try the Sicilian. That's for sure.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna let you go, but
Is he coming on Saturday?
he'll be there on Saturday. He'll be there Friday and Saturday.
How
James,
do we know?
You want to prove it, James? You coming to the show on Saturday?
Yes, I am.
See,
Well, there we go. Now
All
I know.
Now you know. All right, listen, James. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, and we'll get some eats.
Yeah, let's catch up later.
All right, brother. Later.
All right, take care, everybody.
What's his deal?
Is that crazy, James?
No, it wasn't crazy, James. James he's been my friend since he's my oldest friend. I've been friends with him since kindergarten.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been friends with James for a very long time. Nicest guy ever. He was the one I told you about when I went to that party, and not when I went to the party, when I had the party at my house.
Acid party?
Yes, and I walked downstairs, and my friend was hanging through the chair. And he had drank a
Yes,
whole
he's
bottle
that
of wild
friend?
turkey, and he
He's that friend, but he's not crazy, James?
no, because he drank a whole bottle
Whoa.
of wild turkey. He can hang.
Who the hell's crazy, James?
Not him. So he's hanging through the seat, and I go, "What the fuck, man? You broke my mom's chair." And he's hanging through the chair. He goes, "No, I didn't."
What does his life look like now?
He is married with a lovely wife that he's been with forever, and 2 beautiful children. And he works. He's a teacher.
See, people can change.
Yeah,
They can grow.
Psychologist, really, at a school.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have life experience to do that.
That's the truth. And he tells people not to break chairs after drinking a bottle of wild turkey.
Or at least
probably-
not often.
Sound advice.
Yeah. But what were we talking about? We had something. There was some kind of thing that we were talking
Still
about.
not here.
No, he's not.
The P? Did we finish that story?
No, it was something else.
was
It was
done with
something
the
in the
P.
middle.
Okay, good.
I was in the middle of something before James.
Before
called.
James called?
Yeah.
The appointments, moving them around.
It chapter 2. Thank you.
It
so
chapter
much.
2.
So we were at the see, at least our booth guys listen.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
He
know.
was sitting
none
next
of
to
you
Bill
fucking guys did.
Hader.
I wasn't sitting next to him. He was in
We
the
have
same row.
I really listened to you. You know that.
Yes, you listened to the story, but you forgot where we were also.
Yeah,
and that
I was,
doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I was
That's true.
into the James part of it. I like
Understood.
hearing people from your childhood.
Yeah, well, well, you're going to see a lot of them. I think a lot of them are coming on
Yay.
Saturday.
Oh, can I come?
Anything else at the premiere of the party? Duh.
Well, the premiere itself, Andy Muschietti came out. He did a whole speech with everybody, brought the kids up and the cast and the people who played each other, and they just did a little speech, and then the movie started, a 3-hour movie,
Yeah.
Then afterwards, we hear that this party's supposed to be crazy.
Where is it?
It's right there. It's on the street in Westwood. We walk in and we see a tent, and they literally turn the party into a carnival.
Oh,
you
that's
walk
cool, yeah.
through and you can play the games. You can like I won my daughter a stuffed animal because you shoot the water through the mouth. But the first thing I do, what do you think? You know me. What's the first thing I do when I walk into a carnival themed party? Let's see if you can guess.
Get a hot dog.
That's exactly right.
I was gonna guess something with food, but I didn't know hot dog. Good one, Riley.
Hot dog was exactly right, and I got myself a spicy mustard and then I didn't stop being gluttonous after that.
Wait, how was the hot dog?
Delicious.
Though?
Yeah,
Really?
sounds
Straight up fair. But then Ellis,
Better or worse than the Chicago one?
not as good as the Chicago one. The Chicago one was something special.
Interesting.
Ellis goes, I just see Ellis stand, and he goes, waves 2 fingers over. He's like, I'm like, what? He's like, they have Carl's Jr. over there. And it was a full section of Carl's Jr.
Why?
Why not?
That's
Well,
I don't
how
know
is
why-
that with the carnival theme?
Burgers.
Yeah,
burgers
okay.
and hot. They were making the full, but there was this whole, and then the bars. It was.
doesn't really track though, does
Yeah.
it?
It was. I was wondering why they didn't have In-N-Out because In-N-Out,
Yeah,
you could walk to
I
In-N-Out
think
from
I
where
think
it
because
is.
of all the In-N-Out stuff.
What do you mean?
Oh, like Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out.
Oh, is it another thing?
Oh,
never
you haven't
heard
been
that.
hearing about all this?
that's-
Everybody's boycotting In-N-Out. Not sorry.
Definitely not everybody because there was
Sorry.
lines around the block.
So not true.
Yeah.
Not everybody's boycotting. The
Yeah.
same people that are boycotting Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A?
are boycotting In-N-Out because of where they're putting their money and whatnot.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
was. I mean, it's been crazy in the news
Democratic
recently.
leaders call for In-N-Out boycott means. Okay, I see that. Why people are boycotting? You know what? But I heard that. I remember this. This is from like 2018, and then then they said it's not happening.
No,
because something-
recently it's been trending on Twitter.
Yeah, there was a list that went around. It's for
You guys go to news.
All right, either
maybe.
way, they had fucking Carl's Jr. at this
Yeah,
place.
that's off topic.
Yeah, but I bet that's why they didn't have In-N-Out.
Maybe so. But either way, the Carl's Jr. burger, we slam one of those. There's cotton
Western
candy.
bacon cheeseburger, or
Yeah,
was it
yep,
just?
yep. They had
I've never
full-
had Carl's Jr.
Yeah, it was good.
It's all right.
It was good. Ellis called it the best. In-N-Out is the best, but Ellis called it the best. Either way, we were slopping down food, and we look over, and this creepy old lady starts staring at us. She's sitting down, and she's staring at us.
Is she somebody who is in the movie?
Yes, but it's the scenes online.
okay.
So
Yeah.
the same scene that's online is, and she's sitting there, and it's the whole set. And she's looking over, and Ellis is like, "Oh, she's in full character." So we go over there, and Ellis starts interviewing her, right? And she's just saying, "She's like, do you like your time in Derry?" Right?
Oh,
and
Jesus.
she didn't break character, not once. And Ellis took a picture. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram. It's up there right now.
I saw. Yeah, I think Fernandez sat down with her too.
He sat down with
Yeah.
her too. Yeah, Fernandez was there.
Wow,
But
she's
what I
so
did do
cool.
because of that scene, by the way, look at that. So look at that shot right there, Reilly. You see it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, what I did do because that scene. Tell me, this is great minds, by the way, think alike. During the movie, that scene with the creepy old lady that they released is like what 6 minutes, 5
Yeah.
minutes, whatever
Yeah.
it is. The second that scene comes in, I'm out to take a piss break
Yeah.
Because you've already seen
because
it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Ellis and like 4 other people
Same thing.
did the same thing, and I missed nothing because
It was a long movie.
It's a long movie.
It's a
you
long
gotta
movie.
pee during it.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
But I don't know if you can answer this, but maybe you can. After seeing this, would you be excited for Andy to direct The Flash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think he's a fantastic director.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the party itself didn't stay very long because it's me. And Ellis was even in that mode. He's like, Ellis turns to me, he goes, "Hey, I'll give you a ride home, but just let you know, I'm not staying at this party till like 1 a.m. I go, "Who are you talking to?"
Right.
I said, "Do you know my?"
Oh, you live pretty close to there, right?
I live not too far away at all.
Yeah.
but
Plus,
I said,
it's 3-hour movie.
what
You're
I s-
already late.
What I said to him was, I was like, do you know what my routine is for every premiere? It's credits roll, I run to the party, I'm the first one there, I eat the food immediately, so I beat everybody there. And then I have a beer, and then I go home.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "That's what I want to do tonight." I was like, "That's what I do every single time."
Yeah.
And because I saw Frosty. Frosty goes, "Wow, it was quick." I'm like, "No, on par. It's exactly what I do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you,
Frosty tends to close places down.
Yeah. And so does Perry.
Yeah.
Perry and
Really?
Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what Perry lives for those parties.
Really?
Oh, she lives for them. She lives for them. She's just every single time I see her, it's always you're leaving now? Every single time. I've been doing this for however long, and she's there until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
I like them too, but I don't know. Like once you see everything, I have work in the morning.
Yeah.
I said to Ellis, I said, I think it's a lot different. Like when you're starting out, it's because you want seeing the celebrities at this point. It's just part of it's. Hey, there's Jessica Chastain. I got to see her. I actually got to see Jessica Chastain and Bill Hader as I was coming out. Embrace each other and after seeing the movie together, which I thought was pretty cool. It was a cool moment. But
did they seem happy?
Yeah, they see them. They're also what are they going to do?
But, no, I mean with the movie, like
that's what I'm saying. What are they going to do in front of all these people going woof? But but
oh, that didn't work out.
Yeah,
Did it?
not happy with that one. But anyway, so when is it? Kristian already said
September 3rd.
That's when we can
Tuesday.
Okay. The other thing I want to direct my attention, or your attention to.
Mine?
Your attention also.
Wow.
So, have you hearing about Sebastian Maniscalco?
No.
Oh, you're not hearing what's going on with Sebastian?
No.
Oh, this is fun.
That's your comedian friend, right?
Yeah. So Sebastian opened up the VMAs. He did the VMAs right in front of I don't know, was it 20,000 people? How many people?
I didn't even know those were on last night until people kept.
I didn't either.
People in my live stream were like, "Are you not watching the VMAs?"
Do you guys in the booth have any idea what was going on?
No.
Okay. All right. So Sebastian, just type in Sebastian
Does that mean he was hosting
Maniscalco.
it?
He was hosting it. Sebastian Maniscalco VMAs, right? I'm shocked that you don't know about this, Roxy, because you're always on
social media.
Yeah. So Sebastian Maniscalco is, I don't know, he's 46, right? And he opens up this show, the VMAs, and starts cracking on millennials.
No, I heard the millennial thing last night with Pete. What's Pete? Ariana Grande's Pete.
Oh,
Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson did it. That's who I heard with the
He
millennials
was in a
last night.
crowd and he called them like
The R word.
privileged little assholes or something.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
This is different?
yeah.
Wow.
So Sebastian does.
There's
Sebastian.
some fire headlines here that I'm looking at.
Social media is destroying him, right?
Yeah.
And because they're saying he was out of touch, he was up there, and people didn't know who he was in the first place, and he's up there at a millennial show cracking on millennials, and I'm going, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
Was it funny?
I thought so, but it's not. But this is the thing. He shouldn't have been hired for this job. I'm glad that he was because I'm friends with him and he probably got good money off it. But the thing was, they're like, oh man, he's crushed now. This is going to hurt him. No, it's not. Every single person like myself and my wife who heard these jokes, they're going to go buy his tickets in Vegas. They were trying to reach out to the 20, 25-year-olds. They're not going to gravitate towards him. He goes, just in case I say anything up here that triggers you, MTV set up a safe space in the back. He's like, yeah. And then he's like, so if you get offended and you need something and maybe a blankie, and people got mad about it. Exactly what we thought.
This article transcribed his entire act.
I know.
I have it right here.
This is what I'm saying. This is the problem with he went after the people that are going to go after him.
That's funny that happened the same night that Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson was getting roasted.
Oh, Sebastian's
last
getting
night.
destroyed. But I'm like, and Ellis and I were talking about it, and he's like, he can use this in his act. And he's like, you know who tweeted at me? Pamela Anderson. I thought she was dead. Right? Like you can see him talking about like all this stuff, and he's just you read all these articles, they're just crushing him for it. And I think it's I don't know. I because people didn't know who he was.
You were with him at the store? Like you guys came up together?
So he was a doorman first, right? And then when I got passed as a regular there, he had already become getting more and more established, but I had given him, when I was doing this show at Cafe Luna, he used to come up and headline for me all the time. And
just because I'm out of touch with this world, is he relatively big?
Oh, he's huge.
Oh, he's huge.
As far as stand-up comedians go, we were talking about it last night. It's probably like Bill Burr is number one, and Sebastian's probably number two right now. Not including obviously Seinfeld, those guys. But
because I've been seeing his face, Sebastian's face, all over LA, but I don't know whether that means globally or.
Yeah, he's big, and he's all over the comedians with cars. And again, I'm not talking about Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, the guys who are. I'm talking about the newer guys. The Bill Burr is probably the champ right now of stand-up comedians, and then you got Sebastian in there. But this was to get people who didn't know, younger people who didn't know him. I get why they took the bid. He's talking about his Uncle Louie's wedding, right? It's like the 22-year-olds, who the fuck is Uncle Louie? And he goes back to texting. Yeah. It's like, but that's not on him. That's for the people who hired him. And I watched the act and I said, yeah, I'm feeling you. But
MTV is like, you know who we should get?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like,
Well,
what?
they're trying to get him to the next level. But have you ever seen his act? My favorite joke that he does is to talk about like just in Frappuccinos. He's just like, you ever see? I was at Starbucks. This guy walks in and says, I want a Frappuccino, cream on top. I said, you get a black coffee and go to work. it's like he's a grouchy old fucker,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what
His
I love
Chipotle
about
bit.
a Chipotle bit.
Is
the best.
the absolute best.
It's the best.
The other bit I saw from the VMAs was the Travolta bit. Did you guys see John Travolta, who did
Let's do another Idina Menzel.
I guess he thought somebody was Taylor
Did
Swift.
it again?
No,
Yes.
no, I don't think he called
say?
their name, but I think I read this morning. He went to hand somebody.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey.
See?
Did you hear about the Sebastian stuff in the VMAs?
I watched like 10 seconds of the VMAs. I realized I know no musicians.
Christian, will
and
you pull up the Taylor Swift thing? So I can look at
and I noticed that Sebastian Maniscalco looked like the most uncomfortable human being alive.
But
Alex
he's getting.
Christian.
But the thing is, I thought his stuff was really funny.
I didn't see any of it.
What he said. The one line. See if you can play a little bit of the of just
his
the
opening
audio.
monologue?
Yeah. See if you can
Okay.
just play just the audio. I wonder if you can play a little of the audio.
Millennials don't like humor. We know
Just-
this.
yeah, just go-
related to that. Oh no.
Just go. It's like right in the middle is where he starts talking about the millennials. Turn it up a little bit.
And let the professionals record
No,
the
a
action.
little bit more.
I am so
It's right there. It's like really towards the end. Actually, you're right there. Try there.
Jersey doesn't have
No. Where you were. Sorry.
all right?
Sorry, guys. Go to like the 4-minute mark. Yeah. Try that.
Space.
Yeah, a little bit back, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
By anything I'm saying up here,
You're
or
offended.
anything the musical artists are doing, they're providing a safe space backstage. Will you get some stress balls and a blankie? And also, Lil Nas X brought
her
his
face.
horse, which will, horse is backstage, which will
people didn't like
double
this?
as an emotional support animal. So if you'd like to talk to your ushers, they will send you back to where that's happening. Personally, I would remove you from the arena, put you in your car, and send you home.
Pause it. That's what I'm saying. It's for us. You know what I mean? Like it was very funny, and people like the culture that is social media right now is roasting him because they're like, oh, if he said that we're triggered, and it's like he's going after the millennials, which is the audience he's going after, and it's like, I'm so on his side. And you know his Vegas
proved
ticket.
it.
Oh, his Vegas ticket sales are going to be going
Yes.
because it's going to be people like us.
Dude,
You reading a lot of the comments?
No, I'm looking at the frickin'. I'm telling you about the John Travolta thing.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we gotta
on
go.
to the next
Do
VMAs
the
thing.
Travolta actors. I want you part of this conversation.
Okay.
So we were watching it, and I love like his whole thing of like, why am I hosting this when he first got the job
Yeah.
was amazing,
It's amazing.
because it legitimately makes no sense. Do you remember? So the Wild West Comedy Show. Do you remember?
Yeah, of course.
One of the-
Caparulo, yeah,
him,
yeah.
Cap, and
Ahmed.
Ahmed, right? So when he does that
And
joke,
Ernst.
and
Ernst.
Ernst, yes, when he does that joke about flip flops, I am dying,
Oh, yeah,
and that
yeah.
Arizona crowd booed him.
Oh, yeah.
He loves poking fun at the bear,
Totally.
right? And he loves poking fun at millennials. Like that's his whole thing. This is genius. This is genius.
I thought it was really good. You know who else is getting a lot of shit too? And I'm torn right now because
Okay.
I went after Bill Maher pretty heavily. What's wrong?
Keep going.
What happened? You okay?
Yeah. Keep.
Did you
just
pull
keep
a neck
going.
muscle?
And just keep going.
Okay. So you look like you're either in pain or you're ready to
No,
start
definitely,
DJing.
definitely in pain.
Okay. Do you want to take a break?
No. Do you guys ever? This has been a thing my whole life. Like if you turn and you black out for a second, it's like a whole.
What?
I have a whole thing.
Did you crick your
no,
neck?
it
And
doesn't happen
Everybody
often.
goes
It's
through
called
that.
a concussion.
If everybody went through that, there'd be car crashes every 5 minutes.
It doesn't happen often.
No, all right.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
all
with
right.
you. I'm still with you though.
Well, but when Bill Maher went off on the Stan Lee thing and the
Yeah.
thing about,
You're talking about months ago.
yes, but I'm saying I'm torn here because of the next topic I'm about to get into, and I watched him, and I think he's just a straight up pompous asshole.
Who,
cop.
Bill Maher?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I just
totally.
don't like Bill Maher. It's fart potato, you know, and.
Don't point
but
at me when you say fart
because
potato.
you never understood it when I said he smelled like potato farts.
No, he does. Though.
But Marc Maron you see him on Conan?
No.
He roasted comic book movies and
Oh,
said he
yeah.
refuses to watch MCU movies. But the thing is, what people don't understand is not only like Marc Maron likes his shtick on Conan is he goes after like one group every single time he's on and pisses them off.
Yeah.
And this time he went after the Marvel. He goes, I refuse to watch them. I won't watch them. I got a thing with them. And he's going, it's Marc Maron, right? Just the way that he does it. And I don't know, maybe, and again, it's probably hypocritical, but there's something about when Marc Maron does it. I go, it's Marc Maron being Marc Maron. When Bill Maher's just like, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because Marc Maron's a much more likable person than Bill Maher.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he's in a
much
better show.
funnier,
Yeah.
all of the things. But also, it's so crazy that Warner Brothers is not saying something to him, like, shh,
I think
in
they're
a
probably-
comic book movie. No, because
think
this is
they're
the
probably-
15th time he's done this.
Oh.
He literally keeps going on air and talking
Yeah.
about how he will not watch comic book movies. And it's like you're promoting a comic book
And
movie.
What's he
You're-
promoting?
Joker.
Oh,
Is he in
is he
Joker?
in
Yes, in Joker.
But he was
That's amazing.
That's what he's doing.
even better. I mean, come on, even better. And,
That's
and
fantastic.
I thought he was promoting Glow because
I
like,
think he was when he was
Okay.
on. when he was
Possibly,
on.
but I mean, Joker's coming in October. Like,
Even better, but Marc Maron. I mean, I remember Marc Maron from the store, and you
Yeah.
know, because before he blew up with his podcast, and that's all he did. He just complained about everybody.
Yeah.
he just he's a mensch.
I've
Yeah,
probably
I
seen
love
Marc
him.
Maron. I've probably seen Marc Maron 20 times on stage.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him do well. Like he just does.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's just Marc Maron.
Complains and-
He just complains. He tells like maybe 3 jokes.
Yeah.
And like because he has this huge following now, he probably gets more laughs than he did back in the day. I mean, and he tells the story of how he didn't get SNL because people kind of bashed him because he was, I think it might have been, I don't know if it was Jim Brewer or
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
but like, because he was up for the Weekend Update job like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
When it went to Dennis Miller, I believe.
I think he would have been good. I saw
Probably
him about
after that,
a
right?
year
Yeah.
ago at the store, and what I will say is that I like him because you guys know my sense of humor.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really tell jokes.
No.
No,
He just
funny
tells
stories.
stories,
He tells
and like
stories.
sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
but more like, oh, that was clever. It's not like I'm gonna laugh
Totally.
out
And
loud.
And that's why he's so good at podcasting.
Yeah. Right.
Because that's what he does. And that's why he was able to transfer over when the podcast boom started. I mean, I remember this was, I don't know, shit, it must have been 2009, 2010, around that time. And
8?
No, maybe.
2009?
Maybe.
Might have been.
But I actually think it was. Who gives a shit? The point is that I remember reading Entertainment Weekly and seeing Marc Maron's name, and like I said, I'd been a store regular, seeing him all the time. Like, oh, what's he doing? And like, oh, they're talking about his podcast that he's got going on, and then the next thing you know, it becomes WTF. So he's so good at that, and because he would literally do his podcast before it was a podcast at the store,
Yeah.
talking to people for like an hour outside, and just getting stuff out of them and talking to them, and it was fun to watch. So. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like him, and I don't like Bill Maher.
His
Yeah.
his curmudgeon character on Glow is like far and away the funniest thing on the show.
Maybe the best casting ever done.
I
Ever.
mean, my God. 'Cause
Although the
show-
casting in It Chapter 2, from the kids to the adults, holy crap!
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you on? Or is it embargo?
It's an embargo. I can't remember the
Okay.
movie, but I can say the casting itself.
Did
it's
you
like,
think all of the casting?
The majority? I had one or two.
I had
but-
one.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
or two, but the majority really good.
Really good.
And I mean,
Did you both see it last night?
No. We went to the.
We have both seen it.
You missed this. So you would have loved the party though.
Oh,
we
yeah.
said the movie itself because we were walking around the
right
party.
here.
We were walking around the
You
party.
know where I live.
But Ellis and I were walking around. They turned it into a carnival, full carnival. This place. We're walking around, and I had said, I wish I should have. I had a plus. I think I had a +1. I could have brought Macuga, and Ellis is like, I would have advised you against that,
Yeah.
and
You
especially
had
at the
a
premiere.
+1?
I don't know.
What happened to your girl Rox?
This is the thing.
That's
I
me.
don't know if I did or not because I thought my +1 was Ellis. Because sometimes when they send it to the Schmoes thing, it's like, okay, Mark and Kristian were inviting you. So I'm like, okay, cool. But we weren't sitting next to each other. He sat in one row, I sat in the next row.
Did you have an empty seat next to you?
Yes.
So then
2. I had 2. So maybe 2 other people didn't show up. I don't know what happened. Either way, I
Yeah.
said, oh, shit, I could have brought Macuga. And he's
Does
like,
he
no.
not like to sit by you? Is that
No,
the
no,
thing?
no, no. We were
It
sitting
sucks
next
that
to each
you're
other.
sitting-
They put you somewhere else.
I was sitting next to him thinking that was my seat. And then these people are like, oh, I think that's my seat. I go, I don't think so. Shit. And I look over. We both had separate seats. Either way, it doesn't matter. We were
Yeah.
right in the same row. But he's like, I would have advised you against that,
Yeah.
having him going. But we both said, but he would have loved this party. There were games. There was a karaoke thing.
Oh, for
there
Christ's
was
sake.
hot dogs, and they had Carl's Jr.
Were people doing the karaoke?
People are doing everything, and then but there was the mirror house that I would have sent him in there to do.
And the lady in character,
the creepy old lady,
from that scene.
I saw that picture and I thought it was a wax figure.
Me too.
Legit, real.
Was
and
that
she
person?
and she was in full character.
They had the room recreated, and she was in full character sitting
she
there.
was like,
so.
"Are you enjoying Derry?"
No.
Yeah. I would have sent you in there. And Ellis.
He would have gone to the Carl's Jr. bar.
That was it.
Can we please go back to the VMAs for 1 second? Because I am telling
Travolta
you guys,
thing.
I don't know exactly what happened. I was trying to look.
Can we
but
type in John
I
Travolta
think what
VMAs?
happened was that John Travolta thought that a RuPaul Drag Race person was Taylor
John
Swift.
Travolta, he may want to stop presenting. Okay, yeah, that's the first one. So let's bring that up. What does CNN say?
I'm
CNN
not
says,
quite clear.
John Travolta at the VMAs proves he might want to stop presenting.
That's a great headline.
Another Adele.
All right, there it is.
Zine.
Oh, no, that's Adele Zine.
That's the Adele.
Yeah, I brought that up. You know what's so funny is that will never go away because
Ever.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, so John Travolta mistook Jade Jolie for Taylor Swift. All right, let's turn this up. Can you turn it up? Where is it?
So I think he goes to hand it to her.
Oh. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that.
Wait.
That's not that bad. Maybe
That's not
Are
that
you
bad.
kidding?
He's caught up in the moment.
He goes to hand it to her instead of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. That's a brain fart. I mean, the play the Adina Menzel. That's the best one. Go back up. Go back up. This is the best.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
It's so good.
Adela Dazeem.
He was already off the road
He is
with
right.
the wickedly talented.
Yeah, one more time.
One and only Adele Dazeem.
Do you think he got it? Do you think he thought at that moment, I got this?
I think he said I'm close.
Oh.
And because Adela
Nailed it.
Because Adina Menzel, I just called Adela. I just called her Adela. And Adina sang again at D23. And I can't help it. Every time I'm somewhere where she is or something, I bring that clip up. I sat in the D23 audience and I brought up the wickedly talented, and I was like, this is the best.
There are two clips like that always make me happy. There's that one
And
and
the
then
Fire
there's-
Hammer.
Well, the Fire Hammer, but there's Joe Namath on the sideline with Susie Colbert when he's all hammered at that Monday Night
Yes.
Football game. He's
Oh,
like,
yes.
I
This
don't
is
care
fantastic.
about the Jets struggling. I'm gonna
I just want to kiss you.
you.
Yeah, they made it. You know the guy on well, it started on YouTube, but then ESPN took him over, and he did songs, right? And he put them out all the clips, and there was one. Practice. We're talking about practice.
Oh yeah, the DJ.
But there's a full song, and at the end, it's like, I want to kiss you. I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. I want to kiss you. And then,
ESPN
let's
was like,
go.
"Oh, no, no."
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah,
That's good.
I think that was the one that sobered him up, man.
Yes,
Yeah, that was the
totally.
interview that said,
that really
nope.
did it.
There was a way more important event that happened last night, though. That's all I can think about. None of you guys have brought it up
I
yet,
know,
and I think that's rude.
JPJ, right?
Come
I
on.
didn't- Remember, though, the reason I didn't bring it up is because I'm trying to avoid talking about it because I had to make a sacrifice last night. It was either watch the JPJ episode or watch 3 hours of it, and I took it.
Wait, so you have
Yeah.
not seen the whole
Not a
episode?
not
You've
a
seen
frame.
it.
I'm gonna
Not
tell the
afraid.
table something.
Last
and
night's episode
Kim,
was
yeah.
I'm gonna tell the table something real quick.
You got gas?
No, well,
yeah.
I'm out of gas in my car because I sat in an hour and 15 minutes of traffic.
There it is. You and me both, brother.
Amanda and I talked about it last night. We don't like Bachelor in Paradise. I'm over it. I don't like it. I like my Bachelor and my Bachelorette because I can see a through line.
Yeah.
I don't have any
guys
vested
can't applaud
interest.
when you don't watch it.
I don't have any vested interest in Bachelor in Paradise. I'm bored by it. I want to watch other stuff that I like. and I'm
Here's the
over it.
thing. Last night's episode for me was
dead to me.
awful.
Oh my god, I thought it was the best one yet.
Oh my
See,
God.
this is where we
What,
just because I know you would
JPJ
like
wasn't-
Bachelor in Paradise because
He
you
was
love
fine.
the
Yeah, there was
disaster
other
that is
things.
this group, and you're Big Brother.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Big Brother is basically just Bachelor in Paradise in a house instead of an island.
All right, so then here's
Oh,
what we
they're
do.
doing
On
something
Mondays
amazing
and
on Big Brother.
on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, then we got to get Winston
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
but
come
you
in
have
and
me
talk
now,
about it.
at least.
And you can come in. You can come in afterwards
Yeah, sure.
because we got to talk about this. It's almost over. We're not
But
gonna
wait,
talk-
I have
so many
you're
thoughts.
killing me.
But
You're the guy that.
are
that
you
was
going to
talking
stop
about this.
watching?
No,
Because Bachelor and Bachelorette sucks.
I know. I see. I love Bachelor and
Ugh,
Bachelorette. I think
sucks.
it's so much fun. I think there's
so
a
dull.
through line. I mean, it's dull, but I don't.
It's the same shit every time.
I know, but I don't have any vested interest in any of these people because there's no
Really?
winner.
There was a train wreck on last night.
Love is the winner. John.
Who's the train wreck? I
Come
know
on.
who the
Oh,
train
yes.
wreck is.
Who was the trainer?
She's new.
She's new.
Oh, someone just
Oh,
came
it's
in.
the twin. It's one of the twins.
No. Not her.
It's the it's
I
and
don't
it
say-
was.
well,
I've
I'm gonna
never
watch-
seen
and this is
anything
why I didn't like the
like
episode,
this.
but it was It was a train
entertaining.
wreck, and it was entertaining, but I was like, oh.
I'm gonna watch
You're
it.
sitting there screaming at your
I'll
TV
watch it
like,
tonight.
grow up.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up because the funny thing is people who weren't watching the show were tweeting me last night and they were saying, "You made me watch this show and it's featured JPJ and you're not going to talk about it today."
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pissed. I'm pissed at
JPJ is pretty big in this
Heaven, right,
episode.
yeah.
I almost tweeted.
At JPJ?
That's how much this
it
episode.
affected you.
I
that. Yeah, but I'm
almost
actually
tweeted.
really annoyed with him right now.
Dude, me
JPJ?
too.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why.
All right, tell me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you now.
yeah.
You want me to tell
We
you
got to
now?
talk
Just
about
tell
it.
me now. It's fine. I'm going to watch
I
it
feel
anyway.
like he's being so hypocritical because
Yes.
he goes off on multiple different dates.
JPJ does?
Yeah.
Because Tasha says
Went on
it's
2
okay,
dates.
you can go on dates. He goes on 2 dates this week, and then Tasha ends up getting a rose by, spoiler, a different person.
Yes.
And he's pissed.
Oh, because she said yes.
Because she went on a different, like, she didn't even go on a date with somebody. She was just
So they're
she's
not
connecting
together
with
anymore? That
somebody.
pisses me off. I thought they were perfect together.
No.
But she was like, if you want to date other people, and he's been hooking up all around the
Was he
beach.
Because she didn't want
So
it.
he turned
She-
into Blake?
No, because he's still funny and
Is
Blake
charismatic.
off the show now?
No,
No,
Blake's
still
still on the
okay.
show, and he does something weird last night.
I mean, I
Weird
can
move.
fast forward through the whole thing to like. I mean, I will watch certain parts of it. If I see JPJ on it, I'll watch it. But like, I can't sit through 2 hours, 2 straight nights of Bachelor in Paradise. I have other shows that I want to watch.
One of the girls that JPJ went on a date with was literally one of the worst television characters I've ever seen.
Ever seen.
And that's when you're talking about.
What's
Yes.
her name?
Stink bomb.
John Juan.
Some with Z.
I guess her dad's name was Juan, so she tacked that on to a different name.
Zon.
Oh, Szechuan or Szechuan. She was on
Something like that.
She was on Colton season. She
Yes.
was horrendous.
Zorro. It's
Zorro.
It's Zajan. It's like Szechuan.
Zsa
It's
Zsa
something
Gabor?
Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, they put Zsa Zsa Gabor in this.
She was on Colton season, and she got into a fight with somebody else. Like,
Zsa Zsa Gabor was?
yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy.
Her and her dog.
Can I tell you guys one thing about Big Brother that you would like this week?
No.
One thing.
We're
Sure,
good.
go ahead.
One thing.
Fine.
I think you guys would enjoy this. So this season's been not great on Big Brother, and they're trying to shake it up for the first time ever. They're doing something called Prank Week. So they're just pranking the house guests, like just dicking on them. And so one of the things they did was they made them stay up all night for 24 hours listening to bird noises, pretending they were going to have a competition.
That's torture.
Pretending they were going to have a competition
full
where they had to
torture.
differentiate the bird noises.
Look at
And
Sebastian get shit, but
They-
people torturing people with
Yeah,
bird
with
noises
bird
don't
noises.
get anything.
they get to the competition and they're like, just kidding. It's a different competition. It had nothing to do with the bird noises.
That's great.
Yeah.
And everybody was
That's
like,
mad.
I'll
Yeah.
give you the prank. I'm a big fan of pranks, so I'll give you that
but
prank.
they've never
Still
done
not
it
gonna
on the
make me
show
watch Big
before.
Brother.
So everybody in the cast was like, what the fuck?
So who's JPJ? Who's he vibing with now?
It's
Who do you
with
give
the
a rose
twin.
to?
The
The
twin.
twin.
Oh, he's vibing with the weirdo?
No, he
Oh,
wants
there's-
Tasha, but somebody else took Tasha.
Who took Tasha?
Do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
It's-
Blake.
No, Derek.
Oh, that's why they start screaming at each other. Did they yell at each other yet?
No,
'cause-
that's not
that's
the
the next
episode.
one.
Because
Okay,
Derek
that's
lost
Derek
to me.
lost. I get
Yeah.
it. Okay, I get it. And what's going on? You know what? I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I know.
But
All right, all right.
there's a character that was introduced that you're going to.
Hate. Okay.
What,
Szechuan
what
sauce.
Juan? What is her name?
I don't know.
Szechuan. Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan
It's not
sauce.
Szechuan.
Oh.
It's something
something
else.
with
Juan.
Z.
Today it is. Today's
Szechuan.
Szechuan.
Okay.
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan.
Okay, look, we have there was a lot of talk, and I think there's some other things we're going to be talking about today too. Some news.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Yeah, The Irishman finally gets a release in theaters, and but
How long?
But the major theater chains are refusing to do it. So let me.
Why are they refusing to do it?
IndieWire reports that Netflix could not convince major theater chains to budge, even from new Martin Scorsese film. The theater chains were worried about opening the floodgates of abbreviated releases, and so The Irishman will be in indie theaters for 3 weeks only, per IndieWire. Per IndieWire, on November 1st, it will open in Los Angeles and New York, followed by a platform release in U.S. and U.K. November 8th, adding more theaters each weekend on November 5th and 22nd when it premieres
15th
on.
and
So
20th.
basically, so Netflix is
The
going to
15th.
So Netflix will do exactly what they want. Most people will watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that makes it eligible for awards. Is that why they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it eligible? Is it not eligible if you're just on Netflix anymore? I
No,
don't remember that.
you got to
Okay.
run it. You got to run it at the theaters for a little bit.
But remember, they were in talks with AMC theaters to try to get it
Yeah.
in there, but
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Well, because they
AMC
wanted
wanted
like 3
90
months.
days.
Because I think AMC wanted 90 days.
Yeah, they figured they can get some money out of it, but yeah, Netflix.
Yeah,
ain't
but
budging.
but if you, I wouldn't have budged either if I was Netflix. It's
This is what you
put-
did. You
put the
signed up for
theater in-
Netflix.
If you put the
Right.
theater, if you put it in the theater for 3 months, then you take. I'm going to go see it in the theater, and I'm not going to watch it at home. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
And like I said, I don't think that it's going to keep the attention for more than 6, maybe 5.
yeah, I'm okay with this because I'm
Are
going
you guys gonna go see it in theaters?
No, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set up my television, kick back, and watch
too.
it on my television.
I don't
Me
need.
too.
I don't need to see a movie like that in the theaters. It's
No.
not Endgame. It's the Irishman.
That was the joke that Marc Maron made, by the way. That was really funny. He goes, can you bring up the clip? Because the clip, what he's saying is even though I am a big, you guys know I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big comic book movie fan. Yeah, sure. But I understand. I know him. But when you listen to what he said, you go, he makes good points.
Yeah.
Like bring up the just put Marc Maron. No, not Irishman. Comic book movies. Conan. Yeah.
Maybe it's Marvel. Didn't he go after Marvel? I bet.
Yeah, he went after Marvel. So that's it. Just so let's go again. I think it's probably like
2:16.
I would say a minute into it. Let's try a minute. Let's see. Turn it up.
No, I generally don't like them because I don't want to be bullied into seeing those. Look, Conan, I'm a grown-up. I'm not 7, and I think those movies are for grown male nerd childs. And oh really? Oh yeah, right. Take the hit. You guys are in charge of culture. Now I gotta go travel 15, 20 minutes to a smaller movie theater to see a grown-up movie.
I'm scared.
With other grown-ups where we can all sit together and not understand the ending. You know.
What? This is just funny.
Yeah.
That's good.
Come on.
You're like, I don't know, did the guy die? It's not clear.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like he's clearly doing it to poke the bear, and I get it.
Because he doesn't give up.
But he doesn't care, and it is like I said. It's when you look at like Bill Maher. Bill Maher is just a dick. He's a grouchy old comedian.
This is kind of like what I get at with like everything in space, the stupid time continuums, all of the freaking flashpoints in Flash. So I was like, listen, I'm done with it. I don't need all of the like when you told me about WandaVision, I'm like, I'm throwing my microphone out the studio.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. If it's funny, like
you probably wind up liking it.
Yeah.
It's probably
yeah, but if it
for
goes
you.
like if there's like a couple like dark jokes about life, and then all of a sudden it's like Legion, like people are like Legion is
I don't think it's
perfect,
gonna be that.
and I know that Cobster and Cody loved Legion. Whoever else was like Cody does. Sorry, Cody loved Legion. It was this cerebral journey. If somebody says the word cerebral or alternate reality, cash my chips. I like Bad Boys too. Like give me a linear action.
You like the
movie.
simple things.
I
in
do.
life.
And that's fine. And that's absolutely fucking fine.
Yeah.
And fine what he's doing too. I
funny.
love that people just it's the culture now we're in. Everybody gets fucking
I actually read the
offended.
comments on
he
this,
fine?
and a lot of people were like, yeah, like I'm a comic book movie fan, but yeah, it makes sense. It's like because that goes back to the Irishman thing is that he's not going to go. There's not a lot of movies that people are going to see the smaller movies in the theater. It is the big because the other reason why I was watching this with it last night. And it's a big budget movie. It's a big budget, really horror film that's kind of grandiose. And I was like, this is what movies now to be in the theater have to be.
Yeah.
Because people, and it's not because, oh man, it's something wrong with the culture. No, it's because it's so expensive to go to the movies. And you want to go to the movies and you want to be, it's just like you're going to a show, a big show. When it's something like, smaller movies, and I think, to be honest with you, the better quality movies are the smaller movies. The better movies that usually come out.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter. I was just
that
gonna
was
say.
earlier this year.
Good Boys.
But when you that's a comedy,
Sure.
a big
Studio
kind of studio
film.
movie. I'm talking about the movies with all the quality, with the great acting and the great stories are the movies that most people don't even get a chance to see, and those are the ones that come out from September until December.
Until award season, basically everybody binges those movies because they have to.
Those are the best movies that come out as far as when you want to see directing and acting and writing.
Life
it
itself.
is. But I much rather like watching those movies in the comfort of my home.
Totally.
I don't really love going to see those movies in the big screen. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I especially don't love seeing those indies in theaters because I'm somebody who's very affected by the people around me, and I usually have a different opinion on movies than other people do.
No.
Surprise, surprise. And I'm not saying that if other people aren't feeling something, it throws off the energy in the room. I want to enjoy something where I want to enjoy it, how I want to enjoy it. And the best opportunity to do that is usually by myself.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is like if a lot of these movies that you guys go to get screenings for, if you didn't have screenings for them, would you ever see them in the theater? Like I'm not putting the
Like
super
what
I know
kind?
what you're
Like
saying.
what kind? The big ones or the little
the
ones?
little ones, the indies.
If it wasn't
Or-
job wise.
or-
Well,
Yeah.
here's what
Yeah,
I'll say.
probably not.
I wasn't
Yeah.
before I was doing this,
Right.
Well
so
said.
so
think
no.
that says it all.
Yeah.
But that just also comes back because the answer to that question is access. And that's why these streaming services help so much because more people have access to them. Because if a movie like Scorsese's movie Irishman, right? 15 years ago, the only way you can get it seen from Scorsese, because it's Scorsese, is you got to put it in the theaters, and you're not going to get a big, huge return on it. A lot of people will see it, but you're not going to get a huge return on it. Like Casino, how much money did Casino make overall? Can we look at the box office? And that's a very successful movie.
And it's a great movie.
It's a great
lot of
movie.
people call it, Goodfellas too.
Yeah,
but it's still fantastic.
It made $116 million overall. Okay.
Wow.
Now that's a good number for 1995, but it's not massive.
No.
But 15, 20 years ago, that movie comes out. Today, Casino, it's going streaming.
Streaming.
Yes.
It's a streaming movie because you want people.
3-hour mobster classic.
You want people to see it.
Yes.
Also, that's why Netflix and that's why Scorsese made the deal. He wants people to see The Irishman. There's more hype on The Irishman now as a Netflix movie than there would be if it's coming out in the screen.
Has Once Upon a Time in Hollywood made over $150 million yet?
I don't know. Let's look
I'm
at
sure
that.
it's over 100, right?
Right, and that's because you
think
got Tarantino's name. So
did.
how much box office? So let's see. Right now it's made
200 and that's
230. That's good. That's good. And
That's-
is that domestic or is that
that's
overall?
both.
That's overall.
That's
I think.
overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put the word Hollywood in a lot of
It's
different
made
movies.
123 million so far.
Domestic.
And this is, but we're talking about Tarantino and I think the
Brad
same
Pitt,
thing.
Leonardo
And
DiCaprio.
it had a $90 million.
That's
budget.
a high budget and
Yeah.
marketing. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, so
it's got to keep going.
It's got to keep going. So right now it's probably just about broke even.
Yeah.
If
I'd
not,
say.
but it'll do it in whether it's the returns or Blu-rays.
And I'm sure, depending on the success or how creative, whatever the case may be, if Scorsese, I don't know Scorsese and Tarantino are buddies, but if he's like, listen, man, my experience with Netflix was so much better than any experience I've had before, I would lean towards why don't you put your next movie on Netflix?
Which is that is now.
I wonder if Tarantino would do that.
Martin
yeah.
Scorsese is a film purist. I mean, he is. You remember what he did with Hugo? If you've seen Hugo, I mean that's the whole movie. But holding all those original prints, everything. But Tarantino, I mean, I could never see him debuting a movie streaming.
think
I so couldn't
could
either.
never see it happen. He's a theater. I mean, he owns a theater. He owns a
Yeah.
movie theater. That he screens all
He's
these
also,
movies.
for lack of better words, slightly more pretentious. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Film
kind,
snob.
whatever the kinder version of that.
I think
is.
you're right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, he likes his film and he likes to present it in a certain way, and that's what you said. He has the new Beverly because he loves the film experience.
does.
So I couldn't see him.
They're both great.
Yeah, a good discussion there. What's next, Reilly?
Okay. Let me find it.
Applesauce and hand grenades?
applesauce and so
Cheese
we
and
have
beef.
some casting news for the sequel to Halloween, Halloween Kills. And
Is
this
that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Halloween Kills, and then the
I'm
third
out.
movie,
Kills
Halloween
Again?
Ends.
Oh, Halloween Ends. Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting
I
we're
much
getting a trilogy.
prefer Halloween Ends
Yeah,
to
me
Halloween
too.
Kills.
I like Halloween Kills. Yeah.
Halloween Kills what?
Yeah.
So they have cast Anthony Michael Hall.
Oh.
He's coming in to play Tommy Doyle, all
I knew
grown
that.
up.
I knew
Yeah,
that,
remember?
I remember from
Snyder-
watching, from reading it right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's really good. But they actually reached out to Paul Rudd to do
Did they?
this because Paul Rudd played grown-up Tommy Doyle in Curse of Michael Myers. The
Oh, they were
sixth
gonna
one.
and they were gonna have
So
him
they
do
were
it?
trying to come in, and
Oh,
he was
wow.
like, and he's like, I'm flattered, but I'm shooting Ghostbusters. I can't do it right now.
Oh,
So,
cool. All right.
so they tried. But so Anthony Michael Hall is going to
Do you
be
think
in
that
Halloween Kills.
because they knew he was shooting Ghostbusters? Do you think that and it was a courtesy offer, or do you think that they because
No, they're probably hoping maybe he can move some stuff around.
yeah,
and see if
yeah.
the schedule
No, they
permitted
actually
it.
offered him, but
Yeah.
Was Anthony Michael Hall in Ghostbusters?
No.
No.
Paul
is
Rudd
shooting
is
the
in
new
Ghostbusters.
Got it.
Yeah. So Tommy Doyle
You can
is
see
going to be
Macuga
played.
wrap his
Samsonite,
brain.
I was way off.
Anthony Michael Hall is a really good actor. I'm
Yeah.
glad he's coming to this movie. That's for sure. I watched the second. I watched Halloween for the second time with my wife.
Yeah.
Aren't you embarrassed?
Why? Did you watch it? Did you see it?
No, what?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
The only way I'm going to watch that movie is if somebody takes me to lunch or dinner or
it's
records
really not,
my voice.
It's really not that
not
scary.
scary, it's
The
just
only
graphic.
The creepy part is the bathroom scene. That's the creepiest part.
yeah, that's
but the rest of it is.
Well,
I don't even like
the
the
lot with the lights, the motion sensor lights.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy, but that was
Yeah,
the most
that would
graphic.
get him.
That would get the bathroom scene would get him for sure. But anyway, it's weird things. Even last night when I tweeted out or put the Instagram picture, I was the most
About
excited
it.
I ever was about a horror movie. It was last night, right? And I think I would get excited for Halloween. I really hate the title. I think I'm going to call
That
it
sounds
Halloween 2.
grindhouse-ish. That
Halloween
sounds
Kills.
I'm going to call it Halloween too.
Yeah,
also.
I hate that title.
Yeah,
I
I don't know why you and I have the same reaction.
I
to this,
hate
but
it.
just
Halloween Ends is cool.
Halloween Ends cool.
Kristian, you're a huge Halloween fan. Do you like this title?
Yeah, it's fine. fine. It's all
Really?
For this franchise, at this point, anything is fine.
You don't think it's lazy?
Well, I mean, I think calling it the reboot remake with the 2017 version or 2018 version, whichever one we just got, calling that one Halloween was kind of like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Can we?
It's like if it's canon with just the first movie, then it's Halloween, then Halloween, and then if you made you couldn't really call this next one Halloween 2 because it's technically Halloween 3. I don't know.
Because technically, this Halloween was Halloween 2 because if we're only tying it to the first movie, it would be Halloween 2, then Halloween Kills.
Rename it.
I thought they should
have called They could have called this. I don't know. Either way,
right.
Halloween. Not a Halloween Kills fan.
Going back to what you said about the only way you'll go is if somebody records you, though, I was so glad because I remember I'd asked you to come with me to it, and you said no, which made sense. And when Roka and I went, they patted us down, wanded us, all of that. And I was like, thank goodness, because the only way you were going to go is if we were able to record you.
Totally.
Right.
And this was just a random screening when we went
You
to.
were fine last night. They didn't. They
like full blown.
Scale of 1 to 10, how bad would I have done?
Searched all of our
In the movie,
pockets,
you
bags.
would have been. I mean, as far as 10 being the worst.
Yes.
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
No way. In this one?
In It, Chapter 2.
In It, too.
Yeah.
You don't think he would have been screaming at a top 10 level? You're out of your mind.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You're out of your mind.
Absolutely.
Losing his mind.
There are
I think
stuff
Did you
in
see
there.
it?
All I
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying, but
Oh, yeah,
we're talking about
it.
we're talking about him, not us. The first movie.
Don't talk about us either.
I disagree with Reilly. I think the first movie was way scarier.
Way
scarier.
scarier.
I think. No, I love this. More scary in the kills department and stuff like that.
But there were some creepy moments. He gets scared
For everything.
when someone goes
You're right.
like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
you're right.
and they do
You're
a
right.
lot of like jumps and he loses his mind.
Yeah. I just think compared to some other horror movies, this one would not have gotten you as bad.
He's just
And a
asking
10 is the
level
top.
wise, sitting there level wise, how he would have been in the theater, and it's a 10.
Wow.
Especially for 3 hours. That's 3
3
hours of
hours.
scares. Yeah,
That's a lot of scares.
And there's
I
another.
might have fainted.
Well, there's another screening coming out that we're still going to try to send you to.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah, remember the All Media is next week, and Reilly wants to see it again, so
I
we're
didn't
probably
know
going to take
that.
Riley. Was it Darina? I think Darina said she would go with him.
Yeah.
Now that
But
she's seen it.
careful with the recordings.
Yeah.
They really like.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we could try to go too because Julie's dying to see it. If I don't get her in, she's going to be real pissed.
Well, you can take her to it.
Yeah, let's take
Yeah,
her.
we'll figure it
and
out.
she wants to see Josh scream and yell.
Anything else that's worth a damn?
There's one that's
Yeah?
worth a damn
What
that
do
we
you got?
might want to save for the 11 o'clock
What
hour.
is it? What is it?
Eddie Murphy is coming back to host Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's a bigger conversation.
Yeah, that's a good conversation.
Now what we can do is we can take Christian, you ready for a break if we went to break now? All right, let's go to break now. We'll talk about Eddie Murphy. We're also going to talk. So there was a big article in Collider.com about the upcoming Marvel movies, about what's next in the phase, and we're going to kind of break that down after the break. So stick around.
Hey guys, Reilly here, and let me tell you about Rule of Two. You looking for a Star Wars fix? Well, Rule of Two is that show. It drops in on Collider Video's main YouTube channel, as well as on Podcast One's Jedi Council feed. So go over there, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's hosted by myself and Mark Fernandez. We talk everything in the Star Wars universe with a lot of deep dives and a lot of conversations that go all in. You know what to do. Subscribe, join us there, and rise.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of Collider Mailbag. A new episode drops every Saturday and Sunday in your face and in your ears, answering the questions from you fans about the world of entertainment, film, and television. Me and great guests from our sphere do the best to answer your questions from Twitter, from Instagram, and of course, email as well, every Saturday and Sunday.
Hi, I'm Coy Jandro, host of Collider Heroes, and I'm here to tell you we've got 20-minute episodes coming at you on Collider Video, on the YouTube, as you've always loved it. Plus, now we've got hour-long podcasts dropping every Thursday, so make sure to subscribe to the podcast because it's going to get even more sweaty on the podcast. Plus, every week, we're going to try to get some very special guest interviews, all of the people that help shape these movies and TV shows you love. So, video, podcast, interviews, all coming at you. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Stay sweaty.
Hey guys, Perry Nemiroff here to let you know that The Witching Hour is all over Collider right now. You can listen to that Horrorville podcast with myself, with Haley Fouch. We talk about witchiness, we talk about slashers, we talk about space horror, you name it, all on that show on the Collider Factory feed. We also have clips on the Collider Podcast YouTube channel, and on top of that, you can find an article all about Witching Hour every single Tuesday on Collider.com. Check it out, get scared. Hopefully you survive the Witching Hour.
What's up, Collider fans? Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com, where you can find the top stories throughout the week in the world of professional wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan like myself, then you'd be doing yourself a disservice by not checking out all the shows we do every week on YouTube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet. In particular, on Wednesdays, we've got a SmackDown recap show hosted by John Roca and myself, where we pick apart and talk about every little thing that happened on the Blue Brand. So do yourself a favor and go subscribe at youtube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet.
Hey guys, Perry here to let you know about the new edition of Collider Movie Talk. We are going to 5 days a week. We have a short, sweet 20-minute show where we focus on the 2 biggest stories of the day. You can expect to see all of your favorite Collider personalities on the show, including Jeff Snyder, John Roca, Haley Fouch. You're getting Josh Macuga every Friday. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be informative, fun. Come join us. 3 p.m. PT live every single day of the week, right here on the Collider Video YouTube channel. You can also find the show on the Collider Movie Talk feed on our podcast network, so go watch, go listen, however you prefer to get all of your movie news.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of Collider Sports Time. Well, if you've been watching us every week, we break down the latest and the greatest in the world of sports, talk about the big issues, the big games, all of it with a rotating band of guests like Matt Nose and Josh Macuga. We've had Taylor Bisciotti on. We've had so many great guests. Now, if you want to see more of Sports Time or you want to try it out for the first time, remember to subscribe to Collider Sports YouTube channel. And if you want to take us along with you in your ears, you can go and subscribe to the Collider Sports podcast feed for all the sports goodness.
Hey guys, it's Reilly here. Let me tell you about the Reilly Roundtable. You know it, right? It drops every Thursday on Collider Conversations, and I have guests from all across the space. John Roca, Gray Drake, Alexander Desplat came on at one point. We talk everything from movies, we talk about life, and everything in between. What do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? It's the Reilly Roundtable every Thursday on Collider Conversations. You get it there.
Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm Kristian Harloff. I'm the host of Collider Jedi Council. We talk about everything Star Wars, and if you want to catch our weekly show where we talk about the latest and greatest in Star Wars, it's movie news, it's canon, it's all of it. We take questions from you guys. How do you do it? Main channel, that's right here. Subscribe to this channel, and you can listen, you can watch, you can do all of it, but if you want to just listen to it, you got the podcast feed too. Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, you can listen to it in your car. Do all of it. It's Star Wars. Episode 9's coming out, and then after Episode 9, you got TV shows, so we're going to be your sports center for Star Wars. Do it. Come on. Be real. All right, everybody, we're back here on Collider Live, and it is episode 206. Did you know that, Roxy?
Yeah.
I knew when it was 200 and you guys didn't care.
No, we still don't. Welcome back to the show. We are going to be talking about some of the stuff that's going on news-wise, and then we'll jump into this MCU stuff, and then we're going to open up the phone lines for you guys. And remember, today, I think you said 1:30, we'll open those phone lines up. It'll be myself, Macuga, Reilly, and potentially the Princess of Death, Dorina, doing a pre-tape.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll tweet it out. You guys can call in, and we'll have some conversations. Before we talk about Eddie Murphy, once again, reminding everybody there's only a couple days left before we're back in the Big Apple, the Schmoedownlive.com. Get your tickets right now. What an event we're going to have. You got Ethan Irwin, the former champ, going up against Haley Fouch, and then the big title match. The youngest champion, the primetime, Paul Oyama, defending his championship, or trying to, against legendary teams champion, the Ian Snyder, Jeff Snyder, and his manager just happens to be Roxy Striar. Rox, how you feeling?
I don't know why. I just think I'm most excited for this match of any match ever.
What, new Big Apple, New York title, Snyder's first shot, first guy to win 2 titles in the same season. I mean,
just for so many reasons, but maybe it's also because it was such a long road to get here. Didn't know if we were going, and then it's New York. The feeling, the
beat Kalinowski in order to do
it. Yeah, it was just like massive. Exactly. I just think that I've got
you got
in
this
the
feeling.
air. Yeah, I got the feeling.
You think he's gonna be? You think you're gonna leave with the gold?
I really do, and no matter what, I think the show's gonna be just so bomb.
It's going to be good. And
Yeah.
then Friday night is Ellis's comedy show. Brett Sheridan will be going up on Friday night.
Oh, I want to come to that too.
You can go to that.
Oh, I can?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would let Ellis know. Matt Sarah might be there from what he told me. He said he
Oh
might-
my
he
God,
might go.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to him. 'cause
Wait,
he's
but
going.
what's the deal? Like, is it tables?
You can get. I mean, I don't know how.
Can I sit with you?
I'm gonna get a table, so yes, I'll make sure you're sitting.
Okay,
with me.
okay.
Yeah.
You know how weird I get at things sometimes.
I know you can sit with me.
Yeah,
It'll be
okay.
fine. So I gotta actually tell Ellis. I'm glad you reminded me because I have to put together my table like today. So I'll put you on my
Yesterday.
table. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so make sure you get those tickets to schmoedownlive.com. September 14th, we're in Arizona, and October 19th, we're in Orlando, and we will be.
So cool.
There you go. So we'll be
You
there.
genuinely didn't know.
You didn't know.
Yeah,
the
we're going a
Schmoedown
lot of
Live,
places.
the schmoedownlive.com, and I'm gonna be able to announce that full card. One of the matches is the singles finale, so that's right away. That's worth the price of admission. But there's
Damn.
another match coming that's gonna blow your minds.
Did you get those tickets for us to give away next week on the show for Arizona? Did you look at the
No,
email?
I did look, but I did not see them for Arizona.
The
I'll
email
have to
might have
look.
already
I'll
been
look
open.
again.
Okay.
Can
So
I?
we'll have a lot of
to
tickets
Schmo's
to
contact?
give away.
Yeah, I know we have some from Emma for New York.
You do?
I thought so. Didn't she send it to you either?
Nope.
You want me to text her?
Yeah, text her because she might have sent it to me, but you can't send it to me. You have to.
So
send,
what? Do you have tickets to give away for New York?
Maybe. So just
No, that's what-
ask Emma. Yeah, just say because yeah.
I said, should I text her that?
Yeah,
Maybe.
text her that because I thought if she doesn't send it to Reilly, it's never gonna happen. Yeah, you can't. My email, like 7,000 emails. I'm trying to go through.
Does Schmo's contact get a ton of emails?
Schmo's contact? No, not that one I would see.
Okay, because
But
that's where the tickets went. That's why I sent
I'll look.
it.
We'll look at the break. Remind me during the break.
Okay.
I'll search it, and if we have them, we'll give them away. If
Okay.
not, you got to reach out to your
Got it.
boy.
I have a question also.
Sure.
People have been asking me this because obviously where I'm from. Everybody wants to know when in Boston. Do you know the season, the month? Do you know?
I don't know
area?
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I have to have a meeting with Jonathan, who's our live events guy. Who
Push it to when we can't
By
get
the way,
snowed in.
No, I will. I'm aiming from like anywhere
But you're
between
doing New
May
York
to-
and snow in time.
New York's. I don't know. It's
In
a little-
January, right?
Yeah, it's a little different though.
Oh.
Yeah, but May to July, May to August, probably when is when we'll probably do Boston for sure. Around that time,
I love that.
I got to meet with John. Jonathan is our live events guy, and he is heaven sent. He gets so much shit done for us that it's been so good, so good. I'm excited.
Who are our Boston people? Me and Snyder, obviously. Rachel.
J to
Well,
the
but
T
Rachel.
to the E.
Well, maybe Rachel could
Call a match or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, thinking.
JTE.
Yeah, J to the T to the E.
He's from Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, well, he's in that general area.
New England.
Emma's from the general area
Right.
too.
So
We got
anyway,
some people.
so let's move on. Get your tickets to schmoedownlive.com. You can also, last thing is that if you want to get the live stream for both New York and Shire will still available for the next week, the schmoedownlive.com, or you can upgrade to $10 Patreon, which you also get the exhibition. It's a good deal this month. Okay.
You only want to know about New York, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just New York. Rylas.
Eddie Murphy.
I've heard of him.
He is going to come back to Saturday Night Live for the December 21st show.
It's 3 days before Hans Gruber takes over Nakatomi Plaza. Just so you know.
3 days.
Nice. Is this the first time that he's hosted Saturday Night Live since leaving?
That's 35 years since
Yeah.
he's hosted. I don't know how long. I mean,
Let's see if they have.
I don't know if he's
Sure
ever
they'll say.
hosted before.
I don't
That's
think
what I'm
he's
saying.
ever hosted.
That's what I mean. Since he
The
left.
last time he
Since
was on was
'84.
84, and then he also came out for the 40-year.
Right, yeah, but he
Right.
didn't really do anything for that 40 year. He just came out, just kind of said he wasn't even funny when he came out. He just said a
No.
couple words in it
Yeah.
because he was offended by something that David Spade had said on that Hollywood Minute, and then he finally patched that up. But this is the first time hosting since 1984. He's really diving back in and getting into comedy again.
What we were talking about yesterday
Yep.
is this to either promote the release of the Netflix special or to announce the date of the Netflix special, or is it just like, this is my entry back into entertainment, you guys are going to get all of this? Because if it's to release the date, I mean, I have not seen anything on any improv comedy store, anything of him going up anywhere, and I know
And you
when-
wouldn't. He'd just show up.
No, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like the comedy store would be like, Eddie Murphy's here, right? And then people would start showing up, or improv or whatever. And he said in that Seinfeld Cars Get
Where are his stomping
Comedians
grounds?
and
Is it
He lives here in
comedy
LA.
store?
Wait.
No, I'm saying of improv comedy store, Laugh
Yeah,
Factory.
he's not going to go to Laugh Factory.
He said what? Comedians and Cars what?
In Comedians and Cars Getting Coffee, that he's not going to just go do an hour special. Like, he's got to go and start
Oh, yeah, he's
doing
gotta work
stand-up.
out.
He's got to work
He's
out.
gotta work out. That's-
You
And
didn't
since
watch
he-
him on it?
I did.
Oh.
I saw him when he said, but I wasn't sure what he was referencing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember he's got to work out, and that's what everybody does. I mean, shit. Ellis and I were talking about last night about Sebastian, because I was saying that I'm a huge fan of Sebastian's stuff, even when we were coming up, at the Comedy Store. I like his stuff where he's talking about Chipotle and more stuff along when he's at the grocery store and that kind of shit when he does it, and the stuff more about it, like his dad, and wasn't. I didn't like it as much. Okay. And Ellis is like, you got to see the stuff he's working on now at the store. Like, that's what he's doing. He's working stuff out for his next special.
Sure.
That's what comedians do. And
but that's what I'm
Eddie
saying
Murphy can do that.
is December
when he starts.
Yeah, but or like if he's saying that he's hosting SNL, if they say that there's a date for his Netflix special, or if his Netflix special comes out around the time that he's hosting, that's bonkers. That's only 4 months to really work out stuff, unless he's just got a bevy of information. Like he's got a bevy of stuff.
Good
he just hasn't
word.
worked on.
Let me ask you this though, because you guys do this. Is there a way that he's been working his stuff and we just don't know about it, or if he goes? I know he's writing, but if he goes up,
he's probably writing first, and then he's going to start going up.
But
you would hear
is it
about
that? Yeah, you would probably
hear about it,
yeah,
especially
you're right.
today.
I answered my own question.
Yeah, he'll be going up probably at the Comedy Store. But I think it's the answer to your question, Josh. I think it's a mixture of all of it. Okay. I think he's probably going to promote the special, talk about it a little more, get the chops going. But he also is coming to America soon. Coming out too. He probably put the word out there about it, because they start shooting.
A good call.
Soon. All those things that they're working on. He's getting back, and Dolomite Is My Name is the movie.
Yeah, debuts next month.
Yeah.
So he has that. But
he's got
shooting. He's shooting Coming to America too now.
He's kicking the door back open. He's going, I'm back, motherfuckers. Like this is what I'm doing.
On all fronts.
On all fronts.
Yeah.
And so, but he's got to. I want to see him crush.
Yes.
You think he comes back? You think Gumby comes back? You think he does Gumby?
Do you think he does Party All the Time as the musical guest?
No, but I think he'll probably do. He'll probably do
Mr.
Robinson.
No.
He'll do Mr. Robinson, and he'll do. I wonder if he does James Brown.
I think it's going to be an awesome show.
He does Buckwheat?
I don't know if he can get away with
I don't know if he can get away.
Yeah.
That is by far. I rewound that over and over and over again and laughed my ass off.
I want to see it. Like that's the 1984. It was so much more fun to do comedy back in 1984. Yeah. Everybody gets that's why I related to Sebastian's thing.
I mean,
everybody
he
gets
nailed
so
it.
offended about everything. It's you can't be a comedian anymore.
Tuna Panuna Banca.
Yeah, it's like so everything.
It's the question marks.
I mean, yesterday I went on a little bit of a rant, and I played it for a man, and I was like, "Was this offensive?" She's like, "I laughed," and I was like, "All right, there we go."
But you recorded the rant?
No, I played it for her from yesterday's show when I was talking about and I said the R word, and we're not allowed to say that word anymore. Yeah, kind of used my own little twinge on it. Whatever.
Well, that's exactly what Pete Davidson got in trouble for yesterday.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said you guys are all a bunch of R words in the audience.
Yeah, I know.
At Florida State.
Oh, he's at Florida State?
I think so. I think they said FSU, but it might have been UFS or UF.
Or UF.
USF.
Can you check
Florida?
where Pete Davidson was, where he got where people got mad at him?
University of Southern Florida?
UCF.
UCF. Sorry,
Central
Florida.
Yeah. The Black Knights.
Yells. Okay. Yelled out. I mean,
Yeah.
And he's like the king of millennials.
I know.
It was Wolf.
He's like the poster child of a millennial.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move on to the main topic here.
Yep.
So Collider.com did an article about the upcoming Marvel movies, about what's next in the phase. Is that what they're talking about? Adam does good articles with this.
He does great articles. Excuse me. It's all the upcoming movies for what we're going to get in Phase 4 because, it's all been kind of a lot of announcements at Comic-Con, and then we finally got confirmation of Black Panther 2.
Right. And Black Widow.
And Black Widow, obviously, is the next in line. So, yeah, that's the first movie out of the gate, actually, is Black Widow, May 1st, 2020.
May 1st, 2020, so that's less than a year away.
Less than a year.
I'm nervous about this movie.
Black Widow? I'm not anymore after seeing it.
I'm less nervous because of what you saw and how you're talking about it, but I don't know.
It's going to crush.
She's just not my favorite character.
She has a gun.
You know what's good though is that the supporting cast that they have with her.
Strong.
Yeah, you're gonna like.
I think she's a very talented actress.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think the MCU has done the greatest job with making me care as much about her character.
I cared more about her in this trailer than I've cared about her in the last 4 movies.
Cool.
I think they're gonna give her, and I really like the fact that it's taking place after Civil War. Yeah. I think it's a good gap in time and makes sense for what they want to do. So this is the first one. Great cast: Scarlett Johansson, Rachel Weisz, Florence Pugh, who is easily my favorite out of this new cast.
Which one's she?
She's played Paige in Fighting with My Family.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Who is
She's great.
I don't know. I'm not sure. So
OT Fagbenel.
Fabenel?
Fagbenny?
Fagbenel?
Fudgebenel.
Fudgebenel.
Oh, he's Handmaid's Tale. He's so good.
Okay, take it easy.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
what's he from?
really good.
What's he in?
Handmaid's Tale.
I need to
Oh,
know
I've
how
never
to
seen
pronounce his last name. Because if it's Italian, then it'd be like Fabenle.
Fudgebenel.
Yeah, and also like you just can't
Fagbenle.
pause too long before saying the
Fagbenle.
first and the last.
Fagbenle.
You sort of
The G is silent.
Yeah, I botched that.
A little bit, but
I
so
think
did
so.
I. I tried to
Yeah,
back
pretty-
it
I
up.
didn't even attempt it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I botched it.
What's
Wasn't
his
good.
last name? Fabinley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah.
so
Don't
you
worry.
think
I already stuck my foot in my mouth yesterday.
That's
I'll
right,
work on it today.
That's so.
We're on air a lot. It's hard not to.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Oh, believe me, I know. Go back to go back.
We all know.
What do you think OT stands
No,
for?
not to this, guys. I'm sorry. Go to the
Original
the cast.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Do it. Oh, sorry.
What are
All
you
right.
gonna go to, Christian?
No, so this movie comes out in May. Where because these guys have not seen the trailer yet, I understand being a little. Well, what is it? What's going to happen? I think that most people will be pretty excited once they see this.
How
So
long was the trailer that they showed you?
it was like an extended cut. I think it was probably like 3 minutes.
Okay.
When do you think we'll see that?
You got to see it soon.
Probably towards the end of the year.
I don't think we have to see it that soon. It's in May.
You probably see the trailer before
I bet we get
episode
it.
9.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
We have The Eternals next, and that's going to be November 6th, 2020, directed by Chloe
So two.
Zhao.
No,
Zhao.
Zhao. She's from Mustang.
She did. I thought she did the Rider.
Rider. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I knew it was a horse movie.
Yeah, did the Rider,
which is great.
was very interesting to me. This is I loved her work in that, but this is a significant jump from the Rider, which probably cost $37 to make.
Yeah.
This and I'm not saying that I love that movie. You know I love the movie, but it's not an expensive movie, right? You know?
No.
So this is a big jump. Mm-hmm. And I want to.
Comic book movies do this a lot.
They do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works great. Sometimes the directors get bullied. And I always think of Gavin Hood from Satsi, which is an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. Then wound up doing Wolverine Origins and the horror stories of what he went through.
I've never even heard of that movie, Satsi.
It's great.
What's it about?
It was go bring up TSOTSI. I saw it when I was at yeah, there it is. So a South African hoodlum named Satsi lives by a code of violence, and he and his gang of thugs prowl the streets of Johannesburg day and night, attacking those who fail to give them what they want. After casually shooting a woman and stealing her car, he discovers her baby in the back seat. Instead of harming the infant, he takes it home and cares for it. The child acts as a catalyst for the hardened thug to regain his humanity.
Wow.
It's really good. It's funny because I haven't seen it.
It's funny?
No. I'm saying it's funny because I don't remember a lot of the movie. But when
the situation.
I read the synopsis, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all of it because I remember really loving that movie and saying I saw it before a lot of people did. I was like, this guy's great, and I remember being excited when he got Wolverine Origins, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell happened? Right.
Rendition.
Yeah. He's in Ender's Game. I didn't mind Ender's Game. Ender's Game.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, actually.
Anyway, so Eternals. Then we'll see what Chloe Zhao does. Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, Kamal Nanjiani, Lauren Ridloff, Brian Tyree Henry, Salma Hayek, Leah McHugh, Don Lee, Kit Harington, Barry Keoghan, and Angelina Jolie.
Who is Lauren Ridloff?
We're going to find out in a second here. Lauren Ridloff, not sure.
She looks familiar.
She was in The Walking Dead. She was in The Walking
Former
Dead.
Miss Deaf America?
Oh.
Some guess.
Oh, that's right.
She's deaf.
Oh, okay.
She is. Yeah.
Well, otherwise she wouldn't have.
Oh, she was part of that duo. Remember when they came in with the guy from the ping pong movie, the chubby actor that everybody confuses with Josh Gad, sort of like back in the day. Now he's come on, you know what I'm talking about. There was 3 of them, and she was in love with the one girl. And
They came into what?
Into Walking Dead. And then she was signing with the other girl. Remember they were part of like that.
Oh.
And I don't know if she's still alive.
That's exactly.
Fantastic Beasts.
Dan
Okay.
Wow.
Fogler?
Dan Fogler.
Dan Fogler was in Walking Dead?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. End of last season. I think
nice.
he's dead. I can't remember. I lose so many characters in that show. I think he's dead, but he was like a violinist. Then they broke his violin. He felt real bad about his violin.
I went through so many different things with Dan Fogler. Like Dan Fogler was when we first started Schmoes, I was just not a big fan of a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started watching some other things, dug it. Really liked him in the first Fantastic Beasts. But then my first one-on-one with Kristian Harloff that I did was with Dan Fogler.
Really?
Yeah, and and I had done an interview with him, Colin Farrell, and a few other people at Comic-Con a couple of years. Really hit it off with him. I wound up doing his podcast, and he's I like Dan Fogler a lot. He's a good guy. He's from New York, and I'm excited that he did Walking Dead.
He was great in Walking Dead. I liked his arc.
He was good.
It says 2018 to present, so.
Oh, so he's still on it. Okay,
Maybe.
cool.
All right. So anyway, so the Eternals come out. I don't know what to think about this movie yet. I think that
if it's all space related,
you're not gonna like it. I'm more. I like that.
Well, so that it's more the ancient beings that have been here all along, and they're going to show themselves.
I'll take ancient beings over space.
They might go to space.
Yeah, I like space.
At least ancient beings happened.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm all right with the space part of it. I want to see though, because with Guardians of the Galaxy, they took a property that nobody knew and they made everybody know it, and everybody fell in love with them. And I'm hoping that it happens again because this actually seems more of what I would like more so than Guardians of the Galaxy. I just, for some reason, I'm not super excited about it just yet. And I like the cast. I really like the cast. Are you pumped about this one, or you're same thing?
I like the cast. Also, I know very little about the property.
Yeah.
I am more excited for this than I am for Black Widow.
Yeah. See, right now I think it's I see right now I'm in the opposite. But I wasn't. I think again, I had not seen. I've seen footage for one. I have not seen footage for the other. I just saw a cast.
And you liked what you saw.
I did. So, all right.
Well, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is next.
Okay.
I want to bring up a conversation kind of on this because I've seen some Twitter reactions that were surprising to me
about this.
About everything with Phase 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
So a lot of people saying Cap's gone, I'm out. And I went, it's a lot more than I thought. I didn't know if there's less excitement happening with you guys. Black Widow, Eternals, what have you?
I don't know.
Because Endgame was the end for a lot of our characters.
Riley, a lot of people said Trump's president. I'm moving to Canada. Where do they live? In the United States of America.
Sure.
People say things all the time, and they don't follow through with them. I doubt.
Normally, I don't listen to this kind of stuff, but they were all very well thought out.
Do you know how hard Captain America in general was to make happen,
right?
And to make people, because when I was working over at Warner Brothers, when Wonder Woman, the script that my buddies Jennison and Strickland had written took place in the 40s, and essentially what had now happened with Patty Jenkins. Joel Silver and all the Warner Brothers people were like, no, you can't do it. You got to do it modern day. You got to do it modern day. Nobody's going to care back then. I was like, that's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
To do it modern day. Thank God that never happened. They changed the whole script and wanted to make it modern day, and it just destroyed the whole script. Fast forward years later, they do that with Captain America in the 40s, and it works brilliantly, and they introduce him because people didn't know what to make of Captain America when it came out. The first Captain America didn't do big, huge numbers. Right. It was Winter Soldier that did. People then started to, you got to set it up. They've got to start setting up these new properties that people will either respond to and learn about new characters and like new people, or they won't.
Or not.
You got to put, it's like when, you would throw in the late 90s, early 2000s in hip hop, right? Is like there was some established names and they were trying to bring their guys on because they all had labels, and it'd be like so and so featuring so and so. So in these movies, you're going to have to put some of our trusted, most likable characters that we already know. Throw them in the Eternals, throw them in Shang-Chi, because without like the tie-in, we are just watching more superhero movies. I hate the name and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Anytime you add
you're talking about this one now.
I know, but I'm saying Eternals and all of it. You have to throw in this tie-in because without it, we're just getting introduced to more characters that we don't necessarily care about right now.
I don't mind that.
Until we see the movie.
I don't mind that because I didn't care about some of the characters in previous phases, and then I really ended up like that.
I think what you're saying is that there are more established brands in the beginning. Yeah, but now Marvel's in a different, lack of a better word, phase than they were back then because you knew about Iron Man just from pop culture, right? And he wasn't the most popular, but you knew obviously about Spider-Man and Captain America and all the big ones. You knew about them already, but they didn't have an established film universe yet. Now they do. Now they have this machine that you trust as movie-going audience that you go, okay, I didn't know what Guardians was, so now I'll go see Eternals, and you hope that the same machine puts out some new characters and new love.
Yeah, because certainly people didn't know who Groot was.
Right.
Or Star-Lord or Rocket.
All that stuff. But he's just saying that there's more of that now.
No, I get it, and I totally understand, but I think all it takes is one of one movie, and if you like it, you like it. You're in.
I just my palate is so destroyed by that Inhumans show that when I hear Eternals, I immediately go there and I see like this poster of like
Is it the same
9
thing?
of them just like.
No, but he always messes up the names.
But I always mess up the names, and it was a botch.
Yeah.
It was a botch. And again, Coy Jandro and Amy were pitching me a couple of these other things yesterday from D23 that they saw, and I'm still just like.
Well, so this is where Shang-Chi comes from, because that's the next one after Eternals. Marvel is looking to produce its first superhero movie with an Asian lead, and the film is based on on a comics character created in the early 1970s by writer Steve Englehart and artist Jim Starlin, and was born out of Marvel Comics' desire to acquire the rights to the TV series Kung Fu, which they were denied. Instead, they acquired the rights to the villain Fu Manchu and created Shang-Chi as a son of Fu Manchu. In the comics, Shang-Chi was raised and trained by his father in martial arts, but when he learned his father was actually evil, he turned against him. Marvel intends to fill out the ensemble cast with a mostly Asian cast, looking towards Black Panther as a template for how this kind of movie should be put together. Short-term 12 director, that's a great movie, Destin Daniel Cretton won the directing gig over other candidates that include Alan Yang, who was a Master of None, and Deborah Chow, who directed The Mandarin.
Alan Yang, didn't he co-create Master of None with?
Did.
Yeah.
It seems like it, yes. So this is again, space movies, action assassin movies, and martial arts movies. I'm in.
And this is going to tie into Iron Man 3 because they're going to introduce the real Mandarin.
That's cool.
And so we're going to get some kind of understanding of Trevor and why the fake out happened. And
I like that.
Here. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, what's next?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, there you go, Rox. This is May 7th, 2021.
My favorite title, maybe ever.
What's it called?
The Multiverse of Madness.
That's your worst. You hate that.
You might as well light your laptop on fire and throw it in my car.
Josh, I don't know who's more mad about this, me or you.
I like this title. I'm with you.
Oh man, I can't wait to see a bunch
better
of
than Halloween Kills,
wizards
I'll tell you
going in
that.
multiverses.
Well, it's going to tie into WandaVision as well.
No madness in the method, I'll tell you guys that.
That's true.
Yeah, we're doing some House of M stuff. Scarlet Witch is
What
going to
is this House of M thing you keep talking about?
Okay, it's a comic book line.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch basically goes crazy, creates, uses her powers in a moment of, she just loses her mind and creates an alternate reality where all the Marvel characters end up somewhere that they...
And that's what it's called, House of M?
It's always
It's
a great
called House
start
of
to
M.
something in 2019 when a woman goes crazy, and that's when everything goes awry.
Okay.
It's a good start.
So...
Rye bread.
But they're going to... I think she's going to be suffering from losing vision. Okay. She's going to create that alternate reality in the WandaVision, and then something's going to happen that it's Doctor Strange is going to have to come in and fix things.
Okay.
And so that's why Wanda's going to be in it.
All right.
Oh, it's a Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. House of M. I love House of M.
But they now have Doctor Strange that's going to tie into that somehow. Okay, well, what's Doctor Strange 2?
There's a bunch of M's in the title, Multiverse of Madness.
Well, this is what we know so far. This is what Adam writes. For while 2016's Doctor Strange was no doubt intended to start a new franchise, the follow-up was put back on the back burner so Benedict Cumberbatch's character could take a key role in Infinity War and Endgame. In December 2018, it was revealed that Derrickson had quietly closed a deal to return and direct the Doctor Strange sequel. And at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, Marvel confirmed that Derrickson and Cumberbatch are returning for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Derrickson describes the sequel as the first scary MCU film and will co-star Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch with events that tie directly into the series WandaVision.
It's the only thing that I care about. Elizabeth Olsen is one of my favorite characters.
I like
Scarlet
her.
Witch is one of my Elizabeth Olsen is one of my favorite actresses. Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite characters. Top 3 in the MCU. So that might help. The only thing I'm scared about is that he will ruin her. Like, I just hate the Doctor Strange movie so much that it's like now putting my,
One of your favorites
it's like
in there?
putting Cookie on top of poop.
Oh.
Now that
That's extreme.
what's going to happen? Does it make the poop smell better,
friend
or
would
does
probably
my
eat it.
cookie now taste like shit?
What I will tell you,
Why would
though...
you do that to a cookie?
Yeah,
Right?
why are they doing that to my cookie?
What if it's the opposite? What if she now makes you like the movies even more?
The smell of the cookie could make the shit go away.
Right. See, I
it's a
like.
powerful cookie.
Either way, I'm on board because I like the first Doctor Strange, and I like what he's done so far in this universe. And I think that this is again going into what they have done by making each film feel like a genre movie, whether it's action or crime heist. You're getting something, like I said, martial arts, action movies, space film, and
Now we're
now
getting a horror movie.
Now you get a horror film, which would be cool if they actually, because Derrickson knows horror pretty damn well.
Yeah, he does.
And I'd like to see it a little bit more creepy. Make it more of a hard PG-13.
What
I'm
horror
all right with
movies
that.
did he do?
He did. God,
Sidious?
what's it called?
Is
It's,
it Sidious?
no.
No.
He did. Why can't I do Ethan Hawke and
Sinister.
that
Thank
was
you.
what
I
was
couldn't
thinking.
pull that out.
Right.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is right up his alley.
Two
It's
of my
probably something they want to do.
favorites.
I like the fact that we're getting a scary movie, and it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he did Deliver Us from Evil. I love that movie.
you never seen it once. All right, what's next?
Thor: Love
Thing
and
was on
Thunder.
TV last night when I was.
Did you
scrolling
like
through.
it?
It's fantastic.
I saw it. It was really good.
I know.
All right, so
I
November
didn't.
5th,
You liar.
2021. This is when Thor comes out. Lots of how many of the movies is that right now? 5? Is this
This
the
will
fifth
be
one?
number 5.
This is the 5th one. Okay.
Are you saying in the phase or of Thor
I don't
movies?
get the
No,
question.
no.
This is
In
the
the
fifth.
phase.
This is the fifth.
Yeah, this is the 5th. Okay, so this is what we know so far about the new Thor movie, 2021, November 5th. This seems to be Thor's landing spot. Always is
Yeah,
in
now
November.
it's November. Yeah.
This is what we know so far. Marvel signed Thor Ragnarok filmmaker Taika Waititi to return to write and direct Thor 4 in July 2019, but at a Comic-Con a few weeks later, Marvel broke the big news. The film will feature the return of Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, who will become the MCU's first female Thor. She'll co-star opposite Chris Hemsworth as well. Lebowski Thor, I guess, and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, who was deemed King of Asgard at the end of Avengers Endgame.
Yes. All yes.
Yeah.
I like the
nervous.
font. I like the font in
Font's
the poster. I'm not a huge fan of Natalie Portman.
Why are you nervous?
I love Natalie Portman. I think when you put her in movies like Black Swan and
Yeah.
smaller movies, I don't know if and the one Vox Lux, I don't know if there's anyone better. She's so
Yeah.
good. Not traditionally good in big blockbuster movies. She just
Yeah.
tunes out.
I think this is different because of what she's going to do, because of the character Jane Foster, and if they do the comics, I think
Maybe.
it'd be interesting.
Yeah, and she
think
would
we're-
probably wants to work with Taika.
I think
Yeah.
we're finally giving her something to do.
Exactly.
She had.
You gotta.
But
you
that's,
gotta
but I don't like that excuse. You're an actress.
I get it. Do your job, right?
If you're
Show the
if you're
F up.
walking down to a grocery store in your one scene, make it the best damn grocery store you've ever been. I don't like the excuse of like, well, they gave her nothing to do. If they gave her nothing to do, but she still crushed it, that's something.
That's how I felt.
You feel like she crushed it?
I
in
feel
the
like they
Thor
gave her
movies?
literally nothing, and she did the absolute best with the material
Oh, I
she
don't
was
know.
given.
Her and Hemsworth had no chemistry.
Look at Michelle Williams in Manchester by the Sea.
Right.
She
But
had
why isn't
3
that on
scenes.
him at all?
Because he was good
But
in
that
it.
they had no chemistry. That's a two-way.
I thought it was if one person's given it and it's just landing poorly, I'd say why is it landing poorly? And again, I'm a Natalie Portman fan. Closer is one of my favorite movies.
Prequels?
No chemistry, even though they were dating. They
Hated
felt
in,
weird.
They were dating for a
really?
little bit.
I loved it.
No
But there's
chemistry.
so much chemistry.
Oh my god! It landed like a
God.
fart in an elevator.
Those are the
Harloff
worst
in this
scenes
ever.
They're the-
ever.
oh my god.
And because I remember the whole thing. What was the big?
Wait, what?
The big
You don't
chemistry.
know
In
that?
Attack of the Clones?
I'm obsessed with the two of them.
You mean they talk? He gets up and walks over here.
I
Talk.
deeply
Comes over, sits down.
Truly.
Talk.
love you.
And
It's
then
angsty.
No.
They're so into each other.
God bless you, Roxy, for liking it.
remember that year they weren't talking about Hayden. Everyone wanted to talk about Hayden and Natalie, but then they said no, that's not working. Oh, look at Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire. That's what everybody was talking about. They weren't talking about because she
Right,
just wasn't giving them
2002,
anything. And again,
do you prefer Keira Knightley to Natalie Portman?
overall,
Yeah.
no. Natalie Portman, I from The Professional. When Natalie Portman is on, she's
Her best movie.
fire.
Her best movie is when she is a teen in Beautiful Girls. She's
Good in that
Oh,
too.
she's fantastic.
She's really good. I'm telling you, Vox Lux is when I saw her, she's so good in those indie movies. She's so
Vox
good in
Lux
the
was
small-
intense.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
That-
I watched
that
it on a
op-
plane.
That
Yeah,
open.
so
Oh, you
good.
watched it on a plane?
Yeah.
That opening scene?
I mean, my God. Yeah.
On a plane? You probably watch it like this.
I know. Yeah, it was intense.
Anyway, so Thor comes out. Curious to how that's going to play. Taika Waititi is what we're really not talking about here, and that's probably the main reason that I think that I'm going to
It'll
be.
be okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to make it work. So
The trailer for Jojo Rabbit was before Good Boys in the theater, and it ended in Amanda's like, that movie looks extremely offensive, but I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think
wanna
that's
see
the
it
point.
too.
Yeah,
Can't
me
wait.
too.
still haven't seen a trailer for it, and I don't want to because I don't want to see the movie.
Oh, for Jojo Rabbit? Yeah.
Is that
It's a great
everything that they
trailer.
have
When
slated?
is Jojo Rabbit coming out? October?
Soonish. I think like maybe even November, but I'm not positive on that.
It is October 18th, 2019.
Close.
What's next on the slate, if anything?
Black Panther 2 was
Black
announced
Panther 2
at
was.
D23.
Yeah, I
May
didn't like-
6th, 2022.
That's
Ryan Coogler.
that's the only thing they announced. I didn't really love what they did at D23.
Did they bring him out? They brought out
They
Coogler,
brought out
right?
Coogler, and Feige did this thing where he's like, all right, so what can you tell? You want to tell him who the villain is? Like, nah. You want to tell him, what that scene is there, a big scene? Nah.
You think they planned that, or you think
Yeah,
he was
it was-
really asking?
Have you read the script
They,
yet?
They it was a bit. It was a bit like they were like, oh, what are they give something big? But we will give you something. And it's going to get released on May 6th, 2010. Yeah, okay, great.
Great, it's gonna be
I love
here
Ryan
in
Coogler.
3 years.
And but that was just okay.
2022.
Yeah,
Goodness.
it's 3 years. So, and there was no way Marvel was not going to make a sequel to that movie that outgrossed Infinity War domestically, and they took their time to ensure that Ryan Coogler would be the one steering Black Panther 2. Few details are known right now, but as of August 2019, Coogler has turned in his treatment, and we can reasonably expect this to be a major film in the post-Endgame plans.
Because of the franchise culture that we're in now, does it bother you guys that between like Aquaman movies or Black Panther movies, sometimes there are 3 to 4 years? Or
That's usually what it used to be.
Yeah, but we've seen Black Panther like a bunch since, and we'll probably see him more.
Right.
And
I'm just wondering, would you rather it not be that way? Would you rather see for a trilogy every other year and then move on to the next character?
Well, the problem with that,
that's a
what
good
what you have to do with that is you got to lock people down to contracts right away, and you got to start shooting, and even maybe a lot like when we can talk about it. I have a lot of questions about it because they clearly knew they were going to do Chapter 2, and they shot stuff for Chapter 2 while they were shooting Chapter 1.
You don't think that some? Well, okay.
Yeah. No. So, but either way, so to lock these people down, it's harder to do because normally, like the prequels, it's every 3 years. The original Star Wars movies every 3 years. Now we're getting Star Wars movies every 2 years. They were trying to pump out one a year, and that's hard, man, to knock out movies once a year, every other year.
I prefer it this way. It doesn't bother me. Or 3, even 4, whatever it takes to make it good.
For me.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 is too much for me. Like 3 is the top. 3 is the top, especially when you're going through a franchise because there's so much other stuff. I'm like, oh, now I get it because you got to catch up with it again. You got to rewatch the first one. I mean,
it takes a lot of time to make these movies good. If you rush them, then you go down the DC route.
Well, I mean, DC those. I think DC. I don't really put in that category anymore. DC's pulled themselves out. I think DC's in a place right there.
I like Shazam a lot, actually. Wonder Woman was great. I will not
DC's
put Aquaman in there, but I will put Shazam and I will put Wonder Woman.
But Aquaman's a massive hit.
Sure.
So whether it's like right now, like with these movies with when they were hit their bumps with Justice League and they hit their bumps with Batman v Superman, even though Batman v Superman made money. Critically acclaimed, and then it started kind of bounce, and everyone and Suicide Squad. Everyone's like, "Oh no, it's a disaster." Yeah. No one's saying that about them anymore. DC now has their shit together.
Well, Joker having all of the releases at festivals, we'll see how that does.
Yeah.
Then Birds of Prey coming in February. I mean, we've got great things lined up also.
I think so. So I mean, I think DC's in a much different place than it was 3-4 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Is that everything that they have announced so far?
Just the last one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They don't know when it's going to be released, but it is going to be a part of Phase 4.
We don't know anything about it yet.
We don't know anything, but we know why because of everything with James Gunn. And they also put in Blade here, but I heard Blade was going to be Phase 5. So I don't know why it's listed here because it's TBA on release date, director.
Yeah, I think it's Phase 5
It's
also.
in development. I think it's going to open
All right,
Phase 5.
Phase 4 is only 5 movies? How many of these phases are getting pretty short?
No. Well, how many out of all these
pretty
movies?
average for them.
Oh, really?
Out of all these movies, what do you think? What's your most anticipated out of all the ones that we just went through?
Maybe 7. I guess Thor.
Thor.
Yeah, I want to go Thor, but because I have Ragnarok, I'm going Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Horror. It's a horror in the MCU.
What do you say?
I think the one that interests me the most because I'm so skeptical of it is Eternals. I guess
Eternals,
just because they're putting so
I'm
much on it.
excited
They put Kit Harington in. They put Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden. I mean, this cast is crazy, and for them to put all of this in there, it's got to have some sort of property that is redeeming to fans. And that's what I'm gonna watch.
Go back up, guys. Go back up real quick, all the way to Phase 1. So to answer your question, Josh, how many in phase 1 there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So there you go. That's on par with this.
Got it.
And then phase 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There must be a lot. In
And phase 3.
That's about
phase
how many we have.
3 was 1, 2, 3,
11.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So there were 11 in phase 3.
Well, we're kind of resetting, so maybe we then go
Back to 6.
6,
Maybe 11.
And there were so many in there because we're leading to
6,
Infinity
11.
War.
Yeah. As I think my favorite, I think the one that I'm looking forward to the most right now is Shang-Chi.
I thought you were going to say that.
Nice.
Yeah,
I want to see. I want to see a martial arts.
Yeah.
movie. I want
I
to see.
thought you were gonna say that.
I want to see a Marvel martial arts, straight up old school martial arts kick-ass movie.
Yeah.
Like that to
That's
me.
what they're going for.
The
Well, you
only
saw the Black
reason-
Widow stuff, and they were talking
was
about
good.
it, Mission Impossible
Yeah, it
and
feels like-
Bourne.
it
and
felt
so
like it.
what if we
Yeah.
get like a
Kung Fu.
raid kind of feel?
Oh yeah, raid.
You
Type
know?
thing. Yeah.
The
sure.
only reason
Right.
that isn't my number one, going back to what Josh was kind of mentioning before, is just because the cast. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know them as well. So
I just like the idea of a martial arts movie. Straight
sounds
up. Yeah,
awesome.
I would go see every martial arts movie when they came out.
That's what I thought Doctor Strange was going to be like.
Martial arts movie?
Yes.
Oh, because of the way that they,
Yeah.
all right, so we are going to move on now.
We
do
are?
have information from Emma. We are going to be giving away 2 sets of meet and greet tickets.
Whoa.
For New York. Meet and greet tickets. You'll be able to meet both myself and Mark Ellis at the event.
So 4 total tickets, but only 2 winners because
Right.
each winner can
You get
bring
a plus
a guest.
one.
Yes.
Yeah. So only call in if you are trying to win the New York tickets. And there's 2 is for August 31st. It's Saturday, meet and greet. So just to give everybody a heads up that I'm going to ask you if you are trying to if you're going to be in New York for August 31st. If you say no, I have to kindly hang up on you. So
Sorry, buddy.
So we are going to open up the phone lines.
And don't just say yes to not get hung up on.
Yeah. So let me ask.
Are we
hey,
quizzing them or what are we doing?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hi, this is Kayla.
Kayla, you're going to
Hi,
be in New
Kayla.
York on August 31st.
Unfortunately, no, but I do have a question, and I do apologize by that.
It's a girl. We gotta let it through.
Yes,
Only
we're
because
trying to win.
only because you were calling in before we made the announcement. I'll let you ask the question quick, but then I got to move on.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, with all of these TV series that Marvel's producing, with the addition of Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk, do you think that there's ways that even the smaller, lesser-known characters, like from the old Marvel TV series, like Inhumans, could make an appearance in these shows, or not?
What, Ryan?
So we're saying like, are we talking about like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of characters? We're talking about like that
I don't
Inhuman,
think they're gonna
or
cross
like
over.
Iron Fist, Daredevil, that kind of stuff.
Well, this year I think we do have a Cloak and Dagger Runaways crossover, so they are at least because DC's been doing this for a while, so Marvel is dabbling in it a little bit. But I think the reason those shows were canceled is because they were so not popular that I don't hear that hashtag Save Constantine kind of thing that we were hearing for DC with
Like
Marvel.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, that kind of
And
thing.
I think they're going to move away from a lot of that stuff.
They're
anyway,
not
because-
allowed to appear for another little
couple
bit.
years.
So
Are
not
they?
talking about them.
But I think they're moving away from that stuff anyway because they're going to lean heavy into continuing their MCU through their Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Maybe down the line. Thanks, Kayla.
Honestly,
Thanks,
I think we're
Kayla.
going to get a Daredevil movie in the MCU.
You think so?
That
Like
character is so
what, phase 5?
Yeah, I think ultimately we're going to get a rebooted Daredevil
Think
character
so?
because that
Bring
movie.
back Charlie
that-
Cox, man.
Love him.
I would love that too
can
because
play
I thought he
Daredevil
was
for a
great.
while.
Yeah,
but Daredevil comics are some of
Bring
the
back
best.
Mike Coulter. Just so
Can we
look at it.
let me know when we got another call? please?
So
Hey, you're on Cloud Live. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Zlatko from Vermont.
Are you going to be in New York on August 31st?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you got a chance to win the
Whoa.
them 2 meet and greet tickets for August 31st. Okay, so let's see. So how big of a Schmoedown fan would you say that you are?
I'm kind of just barely got into it,
Okay.
maybe like the last couple of weeks. I remember watching it back in the day.
Okay, well
Like
let's.
when the format was really different.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to. I'm going to give you 3 questions in the Schmoedown related stuff.
I don't know. Josh clearly has something he wants to do.
No. I was saying, let me write some questions for the next
Yeah,
call.
you can do
Oh,
it for
okay,
Schmoedown
okay.
related questions. So I will give a question here. All you need to do is nail 1 out of the 3. Okay.
And it's
Okay.
He's only been watching for a couple weeks.
I know.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask. That's why I'm giving him 3 shots. Who was the first ever movie trivia Schmoedown singles champion?
Mark Reilly.
Look at you.
There you
so
go.
From someone who's been
Wow.
watching a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so
You don't even have to ask them the other
no,
ones.
you will win. You win the 2 meet and greet tickets. So what we have
Who are
to
you going
do-
to take? Wow.
Yeah,
Fun.
so it's August 31st at the Harmony Theater.
Norton.
No, and Harmony, the Symphony Harmony. Symphony Harmony. I can't even say it. But either way, you're going to go. And we're going to send you those tickets. So what you need to do is email me at schmoescontact@gmail.com, and we will get you in touch with Emma Fife, who will get you those 2 tickets so you can come out and see us on August 31st. So it's the
Wow.
Peter J. Sharp Theater at
Amazing.
Symphony Space. Thank you. What was your name again?
My name's Blasco from Vermont.
Okay, so please, Blasco from Vermont, send in. Here's the address for you. It's,
I'm
which
just
one?
showing you the name of the theater.
Yeah. They just had it up there. I just said it.
What?
The Peter Norton.
Peter Norton.
Yeah, I just said it.
Norton.
You were looking through your text and
Norton.
changing your
Norton.
text, and I
Yeah,
said
I
they
want to
brought,
show you
up Peter
something.
Norton Theater.
I don't think that's what happened.
They literally just brought up,
I know,
and
but
it said
I
Peter
said
Norton.
Norton. You said no.
The first. Shh. All right, thank you, and go ahead and shoot over an email, and at schmoescontact@gmail. We'll
These
get,
are a
we'll get
couple
you those
trivia
tickets.
questions just about New York and in movies. New York.
You got to
and
give
movies.
one. You got to give a Schmoedown question too, because it's going to the Schmoedown. All right, all right. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hey, it's coming from Frisco.
Well, Kevin from Frisco. You're not going to New York on the 31st, are you?
I wasn't originally planning on it, but I could be. I live like an hour outside the city.
I thought you said you're in Frisco.
Fishkill, New York. Yeah, I can take the
Fishkill.
train
I thought
down.
you said San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. So, how big of a Schmoedown fan do you think that you would say you are?
I mean, I love the Schmoedown. I've taken a break recently just because of like 3 hard years to watch him, but I'm hopeful as long as my memory doesn't fail me.
Okay. So you think you might be able to get some? We're going to ask you a New York question.
I have only 2 questions.
We're going to ask 2 questions.
Yeah,
We're going to ask a New York question. The first guy who had it a little easier.
Yeah.
He's going to have a little tougher. He's got to answer a New York question, and then he's going to answer a Schmoedown question.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, Schmoedown question. Who did I beat in my first ever match? Me, Josh Macuga.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Shocker that Josh asked a question.
That's a tough one. That's almost like you win it if you get
Here's
it.
a question. Has Roxy ever competed in the Schmoedown?
No. I knew the answer.
Thank you. Roxy, you're going to New York. You won tickets.
Yeah. I can give you a multiple choice.
I think I know. Was it the kid?
No.
The kid?
No, it wasn't
I don't
the
even
kid.
know who the
Oh,
kid
no, not the
is.
kid. No.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
You want me to give you? I'll give you multiple choice. I'll give you multiple
No, that's the
choice.
second one, right?
The first ever match. Okay, it was like 5 years ago.
For your first ever.
My first
There's
ever
literally
match.
only like 6 options. There weren't
Okay.
many of them playing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you. All right, here are the choices. Was it A, Gray Drake, B, Katie Sackhoff, C, Bonnie Somerville, D, Alicia Malone?
Oh, yeah, it was Bonnie.
Yes,
There
it
you go.
was.
All right,
there
so
you
that's
go.
one. Now you got to get to New York.
I was thinking of, I think, Ellis's first opponent, who was one of your old members.
Oh, Brando, the kid.
Brando was
Yeah.
actually JTE.
Ah, there you go.
Remember that, Matt? You
Yes.
you
Who's
went
Brando
nuts.
the kid? I
Brando was the first the kid, and
No,
he
I don't
was this
remember Brando.
Italian filmmaker,
Yeah.
really
He was the
talented,
best. Talented dude.
and he was really him and JTE in season 1 have a battle, and it
Who
goes.
wins?
It went to the last question, and it was like sudden death, and JTE won it. And then there was this one. It was very different the way the questions were running. And
I remember I used to ask him.
That's right. I had a Tatooine shirt on, and one of the questions was about Star Wars. Like, where was it? And he says Tatooine, and Josh does this ridiculous dance in front of JTE's face, and it's amazing. So that's during the season. You can watch all of season 1, by the way, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Schmoedown, and you can check out all the seasons. They're all there from seasons 1 all the way up until season 6. But all right, well, here's your second question.
Second question. This question is about movies in New York. In the movie Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan meet at the top of this New York landmark.
Empire State Building.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
Good
All right,
Macuga
so-
guess.
Are you
Well done.
serious?
You got it. All right.
Yeah.
So you got yourself 2 meet and greet.
Great movie.
You got 2 meet and greet tickets to the New York Schmoedown this August 31st. What I would recommend is go away from your little sabbatical and make sure you watch the most recent Paul Oyama versus Dan Murrell match and the Jeff Snyder match to get caught up on what you're about to see this weekend. But go ahead, schmoescontact@gmail.com. Tell me your name again.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin, are you rooting for Snyder?
Yeah, Oyama needs to be taking down a few pegs.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, good. All right.
Kevin.
So
Yeah.
Kevin's coming to the title match to watch Oyama versus Snyder, and so look at that. So we've got two people just like that. Won 2 tickets, meet and greets, and we'll probably give away some tickets to Arizona. We'll find out what's going on
get
there.
those, yeah. They're
Okay,
VIPs
thank you for the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's now get into some more phone calls, but we can ask questions now, whatever you want to ask. You guys can call on. And hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Frank from Jersey.
Oh, Frank, you
Hi, Frank.
just missed the tickets, my man. But what do you got a question for us?
Oh man, I was calling for the tickets. I wasn't listening. I'm listening to you guys through the phone on YouTube. So I was just calling nonstop.
Frank, I'll tell you what. I can't give you meet and greets, but I'll give you 2 general admission tickets because you're calling in for the tickets. I'll give you 2 general admission tickets.
That's really nice.
Nice.
How about that?
Hey, that'd be cool. Thanks.
All right,
Yeah,
Frank.
I appreciate it.
All right, Frank. So here's what you do. You got to go to. Actually, you know what? Are you on Twitter, Frank?
Yeah.
All right, go to Mark Reilly. Tell Mark Reilly that you won the 2 general admission tickets, and then we'll get you in.
Let me just ask you a quick question, Frank. If you don't get it right or wrong, it doesn't matter. I just had it written down. You ready?
All right.
All right.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Who sings the song "When You Get Caught Between the Moon and New York City" in Arthur, the first Arthur?
Oh, God.
I know it's crazy.
Honestly, I do not know.
His name is Christopher Cross, the greatest yacht rock artist of all time.
Don't worry. No,
I mean, that was like
would've-
literally
yeah.
the most unfair question.
I would have given you the meet and greet tickets if you got that wrong.
Yes.
So don't worry about it.
Are you rooting, Frank? Are you
I
rooting for?
was gonna say Yacht Rock.
Are you rooting for Snyder?
Yes, sure, 100%.
There you go. It's just what you do.
I'll take it.
Well, I think a lot of people
Are
are
rooting
actually
for Snyder.
because of you. I think that we're going to get a lot of Collider Live fans now coming to either meet you, see you.
There's a lot of people who told me after it was announced that they bought their
bought
tickets.
tickets.
Yeah, I will say.
Well,
Nice,
look,
Rox.
Roxy Striar will be there, so
Can I
make sure
come?
you got to buy your tickets now if you want to see Roxy Striar doing her manage. A lot of people still ask what managers do, right? You want to see how much Roxy does, then come and see. It's amazing how much they actually do. All right, thank you for the call, Frank. Make sure you reach out to Reilly and get those tickets. All right, here we go.
The under Francisco, all right?
The under.
Francisco. His name is Francisco.
Oh, Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
Francisco.
Francisco. Okay. All right. So let's get to another call here, Kristian, when you have an opportunity. All right. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
This is Phil from Arizona.
Hello, Phil from Arizona. Phil, what kind of question you got for us today?
Christian, you sold me on the clone idea for Rise of Skywalker,
Oh,
my friend. I wasn't down with it for a while, but I spent all night just going over how it could work. And my man, I love it.
Well, you know what's funny about that? No, but you know what's funny about that is that I got a lot of tweets like that last night, and people.
You completely sold me.
She looks like a clone.
Can I offer a suggestion to help your case?
Sure.
If you have to sell it to people?
Yeah.
Laura Kinney, X-23 in X-Men, is a clone, and she's one of the best characters in Marvel.
Well, I think
so Rey being a clone is no problem.
No, it's just a matter of its execution, right, and how you do it. But I just think that they've set it up. I think they've set it up from the beginning.
We were introduced to her as a clone, though.
What?
We were introduced to her as a clone.
What do you mean?
That would have been better if you could have had a journey of, is she going to turn bad? Because that's a precedent set by clones. That would have been interesting if they would have set that up from 7.
No. You're saying you wish they would have been? She would have been.
His comparison with X-23, we were introduced to her
I see what you're
as
saying. Yeah, but I'd like the
And
surprise.
If you could have set up Rey as being a clone in 7,
but I
then
like
you
the
could have
surprise
set
of
the
it.
whole trilogy of that.
Yeah, but unless they're setting up like a surprise, because then it's one of those things. I'm hoping that the way that they set it up is so well done that you go, oh man, I should have never asked that question on why she was able to do that so easy. I wish oh shoot, that's why. That makes a lot of sense. I want like that moment. I want that J.J. Abrams lost moment to happen in Episode 9.
And plus, I love the idea of her being a clone when everybody's talking about who's her dad, who's her mom, who's her parents,
Who's your
and
daddy?
how she has to deal with the fact that it's like, wait, I'm a clone?
Yeah,
like, what
right.
is that for the character? I love that
It's like,
idea.
go into the
You guys
cave.
have me hyped.
Go into the cave. Look at yourself. There's a lot of you there.
Yeah, there's so
Look,
many.
there's so many. You snap your fingers. It goes down the line, and then guess what? You clone, and the Palpatine made you.
Kristian, what do you think? Do you think that we would have gone the clone route had it been Rian Johnson?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
What do you
because
think he would have chose?
I don't know forever. This is why I want. Thank you for the call, by the way. I really
thanks
appreciate
for
it.
the call.
There was the
Nothing like the sound of breathing wind into a phone.
But it was
our
buddy who wrote How Star Wars Conquered the Universe.
Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor. So Chris Taylor had this detailed book about everything that went on behind the scenes with all the prequels and all the original trilogy. I would love to get that for this, and I don't know if or when we're ever going to get it. But like the truth and the stuff about the relationship as far as what was really said, what director A wanted to do, what director B wanted to do, what director B would have done had he stuck on to do the next movie. I don't know if he would have. I think he changed stuff dramatically from episode 7, so maybe he would have changed stuff dramatically to 9. Who the hell knows? But I'm very happy. I was not originally. If you go back and you watch, I wanted just before episode 8. I wanted Johnson to do 8 and 9, and then I was like, we got to do this new stuff. I don't know if we need JJ. And then it just reversed after seeing 8. I was like, JJ coming back because now it just continued because it seemed very inconsistent to me. And now I have it 7. I think 7 and 9 are going to feel way more consistent in tone.
They look it.
Yeah.
But if Ray ends up being a clone, and we go back to that idea of the cave and Rian Johnson doing the images, I feel it's very consistent then through the trilogy. I feel like it's set up. That was handed off nicely.
That would be that particular moment.
That particular theory.
That particular moment. Yeah. So
my favorite thing that's been released though is the releasing of the lightsaber, and that's a Swiss Army knife.
That was funny. It's crazy.
Amazing.
Let's do one more call and get the hell out of here. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Saul. How you doing?
Hey, Saul.
Hey, Saul.
You're already coming on Saturday, right?
Unfortunately for Roxy, yes, I will be there.
Saul, what kind of tickets you got? You got meet and greet, or you got general admission? You're gonna meet your fucking ass, or what?
Look, I'm one of the people. I'm at general admission with the real fans.
Oh,
nice. I gotta do something though when I'm on stage with Alex. I gotta remember. I gotta say, where is Saul?
Yeah.
And Saul, if I scream out, where is Saul? You gotta scream, the dog got the bacon. All right.
Look, there's going to be fucking 100 other schmucks who do the same thing. So what's the point of doing it?
Because you're the original.
Because you're
the guy.
Saul, you dumbass. What the hell kind of a response is that, Saul?
We had a
Jesus Christ.
I don't. I'm not someone who needs to be pointed at.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you
Spoiler.
do.
Take a bow, Saul. Come on.
Spoiler alert for Friday's show.
Yeah.
Saul, we have a Saul imposter
Oh,
on
wow.
Friday's show.
Wait, what?
We have a Saul imposter.
We took a call.
Oh, this past.
We took a
did
call.
he sound like Saul?
He said he was Saul.
But did he sound like Saul?
I thought so. Riley got it.
We got a little bit of a really, and he goes, I was kidding. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm just saying though.
No.
There's
Well,
a Saul imposter.
So Saul we haven't had a famous caller like Saul since the early Schmoes days when we had Georgie. Georgie was our famous caller back then.
I just wish that Saul was kinder to me.
I kind of like that he is.
Whoa,
Saul.
wait a fucking minute.
Don't
Wait a
you
minute.
dare
Whoa,
be
whoa.
nice to her.
Hold
Don't
on,
you
go
dare.
ahead, Saul, but be
worry about it.
respectful. Be respectful. But go ahead.
Oh, I will be respectful.
All right.
For example, I would never insinuate that Roxy is sucking anyone's dick like someone said the last time I called.
Well, yeah, when you said that to him.
What did I say?
You said that if I
suck my dick.
said you said that if I asked him to suck my dick, he would do it. Yeah. So that he wasn't on
I
the
did
phone
not
for
know
that.
where that was going. That was the best turn
for a
I
minute,
could
I was
take.
like,
That's where that came from. It came because that's what Roxy said about Saul. So don't everybody get up in arms. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So who's being kind to who here, Striar? All right?
Oh.
Last name shout out.
Boom.
I mean,
Shout out.
I didn't say that I was being particularly kind to you.
Oh, you like this relationship you have with Saul. Saul, be quiet for a second. Roxy?
No.
Yeah.
No, because I like having this relationship with Kaiser.
Oh.
Because Kaiser knows me.
And you know what he looks like.
Yeah, I have
Right.
no idea who this kid is, calls and dicks on me. And
I'm a kid.
I don't know. Are you not a kid? I have literally no idea.
I feel like Saul's my age.
He's got a dog.
Yeah.
I'm 17. I'm a little guy. I'm 5'2". I'm 200 pounds.
Look at the picture they put of Saul. Saul. It just says king. According to the Hebrew Bible, he was the first king of Israel.
Yeah, he was.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go. So Saul.
No,
King
you
Saul.
don't know who I am.
No.
And
You don't
Scary.
know who I am.
Well, she did. He
I'm
does.
sorry. I keep talking.
Go ahead, Saul.
No, listen. Never. All right, no, it just listen, JR. I've been nice to you. You have not returned the favor. I don't know why you expect me to be all sunshine and roses with you, especially after my expert Michael Buffett impression where I gave you a nice intro.
Oh,
and then you You shooed me really hard in the ass as soon as I hung up.
Right in the ass. All right, Saul, we're going to see you on. We're gonna see
It's
you on.
also RJ, Saul, just as a...
Junior
as a
is not my
JR.
nickname.
Nah, I think the way I said it's more accurate.
Boom.
See, that's the thing.
Shakalaka.
I get it. You like the laughs from the guys. It's okay. I understand, Saul.
You're
No,
not...
I have no problem with Dorina or Kate Mulligan. I love them, so don't make it about that.
Oh.
Kate Mulligan is. Kate Mulligan.
I wasn't
Shots
making. I'm saying you like that they all think it's funny, and I get it.
All right, we're going to have you guys Schmoedown. Saul,
yes.
Please.
Everyone
okay.
thinks it's funny regardless of their parts, all right? It's not a boy-girl thing.
Oh my God.
Bring
Saul.
pizza. Bring pizza, Saul.
See, you're so annoying.
Thank you, Saul.
Like,
All right, what a way to end the show. Saul coming in hot. Roxy Striar going right after
How
him.
you think he's your age? I'm picturing a
Yeah.
child.
Can Saul
I like
take
the way that
out-
he speaks.
I'm saying late 30s.
Really.
You think Saul can take out Bagel Guy?
Oh, yeah.
They
He
sound
is,
similar.
he is like Bagel Guy to me.
Saul reminds me of everybody I went to high school with.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Saul makes me laugh. I got to be honest.
I got a good kick out of Saul.
He makes me laugh. Okay, listen.
Isn't that lovely?
That's the show. We are going to be doing this pre-tape at 1:30. So get those calls back in. I'm sure Saul will call back in. So get your calls ready. We'll be doing about an hour and a half of your phone calls. So think about it now. Call in. Maybe we'll do some more giveaways. Even for you, even though it's a pre-tape, you'll be able to do a couple. Maybe we'll look for those Arizona tickets. We'll see if those are out there. Maybe do another general admission for New York. All right. Thank you for Josh Macuga, Mark Reilly, Roxy Striar. Hey, Alex, Kristian Ruvalcaba, the whole damn crew. Get those tickets. Schmoedownlive.com. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm going to find out this dude's email address.
David Johnson.